It is our mission to embrace the ideal that our show shall always strive to belittle the stupid and to play an occasional song. We shall also strive to take all of your requests, but to never, under any circumstances, play those requests. It is our mission to offend as many people as we can in the shortest time possible. We shall always remember that no matter how pointless and stupid the things we say are, we shall present them in such a way that they will be lessons that will last a lifetime. We shall strive always to do nothing and to be mean. We shall strive mightily to always be the #1 morning show in Salt Lake, or, if not that, the #2 morning show, or at least somewhere in the top 15 or 20 morning shows. At least once a year, we shall go to someone's home, and we shall eat really good food, and we'll make you wish that you could be there to share it with us. And finally, it is our mission to always remind the listeners that we never lie, and we're always right. So let it be written, so let it be done.
The usual gang of misfits and dope addicts are here.
Well, not exactly the song I would have picked to commemorate and fondly remember this day in history when Moses Harry Horowitz passed away. Moses Harry Horowitz, otherwise known as Mo Howard, described here as the de facto leader of the Three Stooges.
I guess you're the leader
of the Three Stooges.
I guess sure.
Best known as the de facto leader of the Three Stooges. But I guess you have a reason for picking that song to commemorate Mo's death.
Well, I wasn't going to do it.
No?
Carrie surprised me this morning.
I surprised you.
There's another reason. It's not Mo.
On this day, Gina lost a point in her Deadpool.
I did today.
Because Mick Mars turned 67. So she lost.
I see.
She lost a point.
He's on my list.
He is on her Deadpool.
Well.
And thank you for picking that song in particular.
What's that
one
one
of
called?
my favorite. Let's Kickstart My Heart.
Kickstart My Heart.
One of my favorites.
It's actually not a bad little album.
And
I had it on cassette.
Yeah, of course you did.
Yes.
Because Mick is using the it's extra Mickey is what I'm saying.
This one is.
He's got the talk box. He's got the wow,
Yeah.
wow, wow.
Well, that was Mick.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
And somebody in the chat room said, boy, I'd like to see Gina getting down to this song.
No.
I'm sorry, sir or madam, as the case may be. Gina don't get down to nothing.
Sure.
I've watched Gina attempt to get down, and I suppose she does it in a fashion, but most people looking at it would say, what is she doing? And then she would have to say, I'm getting down.
It has been my experience. You know, there are things that you just don't want people to see.
Right.
Like your ugly cry, for example.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't think that we all want to see each other enjoying music. Because I think we all look foolish.
We do.
Oh, everybody
when
does.
we enjoy
You're
music.
absolutely
and it's
right.
embarrassing. Yeah. So
I don't mind. If I'm really into it, I'll do it.
You do a little dance once in a while.
Yeah. And I know it looks stupid.
It's
and I don't care.
uncomfortable, yes.
I don't care because I just can't not. There are some times I just can't not do it. But I don't ever see, the most I ever see Gina do is while she's remaining seated, she does this she does that little thing with her arms, a little side
I do
pump.
a little,
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
see-
sometimes shakes her head.
And see, and I've seen you get down. It's the getting up that when I watch you do that,
It's
it's
the
like,
difficult part. Yeah.
and our friend Dick Clark, he tweeted me a GIF, and I just call it a GIF because that's what I call it. And
It's a GIF, Gina.
thank you for that, Dick Clark. However, that's Nikki Sixx you sent me, not
not Mick.
Mick Mars. But I appreciate it
It's easy to get them
nonetheless.
confused. They all look like ladies of a certain age who have dyed their hair black.
And even worse now when they try.
Yes.
So I never was a big fan, but I have to admit that's a pretty damn good song.
It is. You have to.
Yeah, I was not a big fan.
That's one of my favorites of theirs.
That's a good
Anyway, all right.
song. So we got to get the show started.
We do.
Yeah.
Oh, and may I just do this right now? Because we
Sure.
will forget.
Yeah.
Every hour, we've got a keyword for Star Wars to win tickets to see Solo, a Star Wars story. So,
And we don't need to do these at a certain time?
yeah,
or-
we do.
Yes,
This
yes,
is 6
every hour.
a.m.
Oh,
Just- see,
okay.
I got here's so I'm just going to give you the 6 o'clock one right now before we forget. So if you text this keyword to 33986, you have a chance to get Star Wars or Solo tickets to that.
The Han Solo movie.
And the keyword this hour is Han, H-A-N, Han. Text that to 33986.
That's gonna really wreak havoc with our.
Well, that's why I thought get that one out of the way right now. There you go.
All right.
That we're taking care of.
So now let's try some check-in, shall we? And
Yes.
now, as long as we do as long as you keep calling, we'll do them. But if you stop calling for check-ins, then we can get rid of the least popular feature we do on the Radio from Hell show. The number 1-877-602-9696. Now, Richie suggested in a text yesterday. He said, "Why don't you just have people in 3 words?" He said, "Have people call up and in 3 words insult us." And I said, "Well, I can see where that would go really terribly wrong."
No, it was offend
Well,
us.
or-
Offend us in 3 words.
And then I said,
Yeah,
well,
offend
that-
me in 3 words.
Offend me, is that what it was? He
Yes.
said. And then I said, well, I can see that would go terribly wrong. Well, it was a auto-correct or something. It's impress us.
See, even in his voice to text, he can't do it in 1.
Yeah, I know.
Impress us in 3 words.
But I kind of like the offend us in 3.
I think
but
we
that
would be
would go
hitting the
terrib-
red button often.
It would go terribly wrong, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So that's what you do when you call to check in today. And do we have a prize associated with that?
We do Rocky Mountain Raceway tickets for this weekend.
All right. So 877-602-9696. Call in and check in and impress us in just 3 well-selected words.
All right.
Do
There
that.
we go. Thank you very much. Let's see. We do have all that coming
What
up.
is this?
Stand by.
We're going to talk about. You got Fan X.
I got some Fan X
information?
stuff because today is May the 4th.
Okay.
May the 4th be with you.
Right.
It's referred to as Star Wars Day.
Yeah.
I don't know who made this, but there it is. And FanX Salt Lake Comic Convention 2018 is returning to the Salt Palace September 6th through the 8th. And if you go to fanxsaltlake.com and use the promo code Star Wars at checkout, you will save 10% off of your tickets. Now, while Utah's Star Wars costume groups do a lot for our community, there's the Alpine Garrison, Rogue Base, the Cryat Clan, Rocky Mountain Droid Builders, Saber Guild, cosplay groups working tirelessly year-round to support local charities and brighten the lives of those in need. And that's why FanX wants to do this. Today, May 4th, until midnight, when you purchase any admission ticket to FanX 2018, 50% of the ticket sales for this day will be donated to local charities.
Oh, that's great. 50%?
Isn't that
That's
that
nice.
awesome?
Yeah.
So the charities that the proceeds will be donated to are Make-A-Wish, the Leukemia Society, NKUT, and more. So, one galaxy, one goal. Use the promo code Star Wars at checkout for 10% off of your admission, and 50% of the ticket sales will go to these charities from FanX.
Hey, it's John Smith, and I am your host every Sunday night at 10 for SLC Punks.
23rd century, humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of two such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! Today, we find our elders tracting on the ice planet Hoth. Oh, man, it's cold out here. Why is it so cold?
It's an ice planet, Lehigh. What do you expect?
Oh, I'm sure glad my mom sent me these mittens.
And Zone Leader Hansen has sent us to some pretty dismal places before, but this has got to be the worst. I hope that this Wampa fella lets us in and offers us some piping hot postum.
You know, these tauntaun thingies smell funny, and they're just not very comfortable to ride. I wish our hyperbikes hadn't frozen up. Let's see, third cave on the left, just past the second snowdrift. Yep, this must be it. Hello? Hello, Mr. Wampa?
I don't suppose his first name is Willie, do you? See, Willie Wampa. What? Hello, anybody home? Hey, pal, that's my ride home you're having for lunch.
You must be Mr. Wampa. Hi, I'm Elder Christiansen, and this is my companion, Elder Jensen.
Hi.
We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
Look out, Butch! Oh, man, he knocked you down. That's gonna leave a mark. Excuse me, Mr. Wampa, all we want is just a couple minutes of your time. Oh!
Oh, man. Where am I? Oh, heck. Hey, Lehigh, wake up.
Oh.
Wake up.
Oh, what in the flip?
This is just great. Here we are, hanging upside down, stuck to the roof of a Wampa cave, our feet frozen in what appears to be Wampa spit, while my ride home gets eaten by Mr. Wampa out there.
Yuck, I don't think this Wampa spit's ever gonna come off my wingtips. Hey, there's somebody stuck to the ceiling behind you.
Huh? Hey, it's that farm boy from Tatooine. Hey, Luke! Luke, wake up!
Huh? Ben?
No, not Ben, it's me, Butch. I don't suppose you got a plan to get us out of here, do you?
If I could just reach for my lightsaber. There. So much for the element of surprise.
Hey, look, your dad, Darth Vader, cut off Lehigh's arm with one of those things. Cut him some slack.
Will Butch and Lehigh ever escape from Wampa Cave? Will Luke cut Lehigh's arm off just for the fun of it? Will our elders ever get the Wampa spit off of their wingtips? Tune in next time to hear Lehigh say... Oh, thanks, Luke. For a minute there, I figured we was Wampa Chow.
Luke.
Ben?
Luke.
Ben, is that you?
You will go to the Dagobah system.
Mr. Kenobi? Dagobah? I've never even heard of it.
It's a swamp planet. You're not missing much.
You must seek out Yoda and continue your training.
But I've already been to the MTC. Ben? Yoda? Dagobah?
Mr. Kenobi, are you sure? I mean, we've already been to Dagobah.
Hold on. I've got some problems here. Luke, you go to Dagobah and seek Yoda. Butch, Lehigh, you go thaw out your hyperbikes and continue tracting. I should have gotten Jedi call waiting.
On the next bone-chilling episode of Space Elders!
7602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right.
Well, see, one person has ruined this. One person is calling in to impress us in 3 words and check in with the Radio from Hell show. Only one is on. There were some other people on the line, but they got as bored with the commercials as we did.
877-602-9696.
Yeah, call and check in. Impress us in only 3 words. Let's officially begin the program now.
Brought to you by Lucky's Auto Credit, where $77 in a job gets you a car. 2 locations, Salt Lake City and Ogden. For program details or to apply online, visit luckysautocredit.com.
Seeing a little bit less of the moon today. It's a waning gibbous moon. It was lovely, though. 81.4% of full. The moon will set today at 9:51 a.m. Today being Friday. It's the 4th day of May in the year of our Lord 2018. And this is Northern Utah's Quidditch-loving radio broadcast.
Sure.
It's the Radio from Hell show. It's Q words, starring the Lords of Morning Radio. It was either that or Quixotic.
Go with Quixotic.
Okay.
Aquarius.
Well,
because you're specifically doing Quidditch on Star Wars Day, and that's just going to rub people the wrong way.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's just going to rub people the wrong way.
Really?
It's like you're doing this to them.
Quixotic. Be quick.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, then I'm leaving it. No, it's Northern Utah's most Quixotic radio broadcast. It's the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio, the oligarchs of the airwaves, Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi. The senior executive producer of the Radio from Hell show is Comrade Stedman. Comrade Allred is producing video for the show, which you can see at x96.com/live. And Comrade Nick's your buddy, Nick's your pal.
That's a long comrade.
Is helping out with the show as well. So, check-ins. There's just one person still hanging in there?
No.
Well, check. It's sponsored, so we have to do it.
Yes.
Rocky Mountain Raceway kicks off their historic final season this Saturday, May 5th, on the America First Credit Union Super Oval. Gates open at 4 p.m. and will feature 6 different classes, racing all night. Get all the adrenaline-pumping details at rmrracing.com.
All right, let's begin with RJ.
RJ?
Robert John.
Good morning, Radio from Hell.
Good morning.
Are you Robert John?
Sure enough.
Impress us in 3 words, RJ.
Tenacious D cosplay.
Tenacious what?
Tenacious D cosplay. I want to see it.
Tenacious D.
So you dress like most guys with the
No,
cargo
actually,
shorts.
This year at Comic-Con, I'm going as the devil. From Tenacious D.
Okay.
Well,
that's impressive.
That is impressive.
You'll be the
I
only
have the
one.
body makeup. I have the black nails. My sister said she's going to attach to me. I already have the pants made up. I'm ready to rock and roll as soon as I make my horns.
I already have the pants.
She's going to make my horns. I like that. Well, RJ, you are impressive. Thank you for checking in with the Radio from Hell show.
Have a good morning.
All right, thank you.
I already have the pants.
Gary,
impress us in 3 words, please.
Star Trek Superior.
Carrie
likes
thought
that.
Quidditch was bad.
Well, I have respect for because I'm bi. I like both Star Wars and Star Trek.
I do too. I like both.
I don't know. Wasn't Gary giving the big middle finger
He really
on May
was.
the 4th?
He really was.
But Gary, that was good. You gave it some thought. Thank you for checking in.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
877-602-9696. Impress us in 3 words, Mike.
Hey, you guys.
Rita Moreno.
Give him the tickets.
A Rita Moreno callback.
Give him the tickets. Hey, you guys.
Because it's funny that you would do that because there's talk of Rita Moreno getting, she's won like everything.
Mm-hmm.
And she was on the electric company, and that was her thing.
Yeah.
That she would yell, "Hey, you guys."
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, she's got all those awards, but she's the "Hey, you guys" lady.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that reference, but that impressed me anyway. I just thought it was great. Mike, you want some tickets to the Rocky Mountain Raceway?
I appreciate that, but you actually gave my wife tickets to ex-ambassadors, so...
Well, you don't want to, so you don't want to be greedy.
That's why.
That's also
Not
impressive.
so much.
You're a good guy.
It's also
Thanks,
impressive.
Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
So we still haven't given those away. 877-602-9696. Impress us in 3 words.
Let's see. Tyler the Trash Man checking in. I got nothing.
I got nothing.
Those are 3 words.
Not bad, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Owl the Geek checking in. Night Guard checking in. Jake the Salt Lake Comic-Con FanX Volunteer Safety Team co-manager.
Well, that's
checking in.
How do you
It's
fit
hard
that
to
all
put that
on
on a badge.
That is a large business card. BFOP and Spanish Fork. I'm not checking in because I want the chickens to go away.
check-ins?
I think he means check-ins and he's doing voice to text, but chickens to go away was funnier to me. So let's see. Liz says she's ready for Faxorama 93, and she still has the phone number. All right. Okay. New York Wine Guy checking in. Let's see. Heather checking in. My oldest daughter is graduating with her master's degree at the young age of 25 today.
Wow.
Shout out.
Congratulations.
Shout out to Lizzie. All right.
25. See, I got my master's degree when I was 23.
You never got your master's degree.
Well, I did all of the work toward getting the master's degree, including writing the thesis. I just never sent it in. I'm master's degree equivalent.
Let's see. Good morning. Shout out to the new social workers graduating from the U this morning.
Wow. They have a great department up there.
Lots of friends of the program in
Yeah.
the social work.
Let's see. Robert is on line 1.
All right. Robert.
Hi, Robert. Can you
Hey.
impress us in 3 words? Robert?
I love your show.
I love your show. That's 4.
4.
By my count, that's 4 words, Robert. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Robert.
I'm glad you do, but that's not very impressive. But thanks for checking in, okay?
All right.
All right, see ya. Let's try Chase.
Sorry. Chase. Hello.
Hi, Chase. 3 words, Chase.
It's Captain Sparrow.
Another one. Another one is doing.
Yeah. That's
to the May the 4th.
That's pretty good. That's a Pirates reference. Let's give Chase the ticket.
Give Chase.
Okay.
You want to go to Rocky Mountain Raceway?
What exactly is it?
It's races.
It's car races.
Car races.
This Saturday.
Really?
Yeah.
They do that?
Yeah.
They race
Is it this
cars?
Saturday?
Yes,
Yes.
this
Yes.
Saturday.
It's tomorrow.
My schedule is all full tomorrow, so I'm sorry I won't be able to accept the
all right.
tickets. But
All right.
Well,
it's
thank
good to
you
know that
for-
I won so
Thank
far.
you for
I'm
participating.
puzzled that Chase does not realize that there are car races here in the Valley. Rocky Mountain Raceway has been going at least 25 years. No, more than that.
Yeah, more than
30
that.
or 40 years,
More than
right?
that.
How many
Yeah.
years, Richie?
Many.
I've been
50 if you
glued to
count it as
games and
Bonneville
computer for
Raceway.
years,
Maybe that's
so
what he knows
I'm not
it
that
as.
knowledgeable.
You know, don't. Shut up for a second, Chase. What?
What did you say, Richie?
I just was saying that it's 50 years if you count it when it was back in the old Bonneville
Bonneville.
Raceway. Maybe that's what he knew it as. I don't know.
Chase, you've never heard of the Bonneville Raceway or the Rocky Mountain Raceway?
I've been glued to computers and video games, so I don't get out that often.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thanks, Chase.
Chase, I think someone needs to take you to lunch. You know what, Chase? I think you should go to this. You need to
He
get
said
out.
his weekend's full. He
What?
said-
What? Sitting in front of the computer?
My Overwatch League is going to be going all
I'm going to
weekend.
play Fortnite.
All right,
right.
Chase.
No. I hate Fortnite. I'm not like the other people.
Well,
I hate it.
Okay.
Thank God
And
you
it's
have
a
an
good
opinion.
thing you got that cleared up because everyone listening was convinced that you were a Fortnite fan until you spoke up boldly.
Thank you, Chase.
Thanks,
See ya.
Chase.
All right.
I'm tired.
At least he has an opinion. I didn't think he did for a minute, but there you go. All right, well, we'll give those Rocky Mountain Raceway tickets away a little bit later.
Let's see. Semis are not allowed to use 9th South to and from I-15. There are restrictions in place right now. That's according to UDOT, and not sure why. That's just what they announced. And no accidents being reported so far. You can report something if you see it. Stuff in the road, accidents if you see any, let us know. Text it to us, 33986.
All right. Thank you very much. We got big boy news coming up. Stand by for that.
Harry,
Yes.
I want. Now, I know you have some of these at home.
I do.
I would.
Well, actually, I don't anymore.
Oh, you ate them all?
Ate them all.
I was going to have you bring one, but
Well, you can order some
I guess
for
I can.
yourself,
Sherry,
Bill.
I'll get some more.
Sherry's berries.
I'll get some more.
All right.
Because, you see, I don't wait for Mother's Day or holidays to
Why
order
should you
these.
wait?
Yes, you should just snack on these throughout the year. But Sherry's Berries here reminding you that Mother's Day is coming up on the 13th. And Mom is going to love these. Right now, here's the deal. Sherry's berries starting at $19.99 plus shipping and handling, and you can double the berries for just $10 more. This is such a great deal for Mother's Day. Your berries will arrive in the signature gift box with a beautiful ribbon on it. No gift wrap required. It's all taken care of by Sherry's Berries. Fresh, juicy strawberries dipped in milk, dark and white chocolatey goodness, then topped with rich chocolate chips, chopped nuts, and signature swizzles. I like the chopped nuts myself. You can choose your delivery date. It's guaranteed, and customer satisfaction is always number one or your money back. So, they have more than just berries, by the way. They do cake pops and strawberry cheesecake bites and chocolate truffles. But this is the way to get this amazing deal for Mom. Freshly dipped strawberries starting at $19.99 plus shipping and handling. And remember, you can double the berries for only $10 more. Mother's Day is May 13th, so visit berries.com. That's BERRIES.com, and then click on the microphone in the upper right-hand corner and enter the code X96. Berries.com, X96.
X96 gives you a 1-hour nonstop music winding with John Smith right after Radio from Hell.
Hi, Salt Lake City.
I don't like breathing through my mouth. I prefer my nose. I think that's what it was designed for. Your mouth was designed for other things, and the nose is for breathing.
But sometimes you have to breathe through your mouth.
I can't.
You know that.
You cannot. Well, what we hear on the radio would give lie to that, but because we hear a lot of on the radio. But
so they said we have a snorkeling class. We don't need the snorkel. No, I want the snorkeling class. I want to know.
Sure.
So we took the kids to the snorkeling class, and they stop at Molokini, and I am terrified. I really am, because I'm not only scared of breathing through my mouth with my face underwater, but I'm scared of sharks. I am. Okay, Jaws ruined me.
Sure.
And it's just a boat out in the middle of the water, and you're getting off the boat, and
it's deep.
And it's deep.
You can't see the bottom.
And they said, "Do you want a noodle?" Yeah, I want a noodle. Give me the noodle.
To just hang on to.
My kids and my husband, no noodle.
No.
They just jumped in the water. I took 2 noodles. When I looked around and made sure that everybody that wanted a noodle had a noodle.
You weren't the only one.
Right.
There was an extra noodle.
Yeah.
Those noodles have been cooked earlier, though.
Yes.
And so we're out in the water, and the guy at the snorkel class said, "Don't put the mouthpiece in until you're ready. You can just put the goggles on and get used to the water and then put it in." So I'm out there just with the goggles on, hanging on to the noodle, and I'm thinking, I don't need to do any more than this. Nobody needs to know if I'm actually snorkeling or not. My kids are snorkeling, my husband's snorkeling. But then they have a underwater cameraman come up. He comes over to your group. He's like, "Get your group together and go under, and I'll take a picture under the water." So now I'm panicking. I'm like, I can't hide from my family anymore that I'm not putting my face in the water, because camera guy wants underwater picture.
And, of course, you have to do that.
Well,
you couldn't just say to your family, "I really can't do this."
No. And I didn't want Joe to know I wasn't snorkeling, because he's off snorkeling. He's not looking at me. I'm like, okay, I can totally do this.
All right.
Put the mouthpiece in, stick my face in, underwater camera guy's there. And I'm like, is he done yet? Is he done yet? Is he done yet?
Because you're not breathing?
No.
You're just holding your breath? Because even though you can breathe through the snorkel apparatus.
I can't, though.
Yeah, you can.
But I did it. I put my face in the water for the picture, and that was it. So as far as I'm concerned, I snorkeled.
No. Didn't see any fish.
No.
Nothing.
No. I floated around on the noodle. I put my face in the water. But I'm telling you, if the camera guy hadn't harassed me into putting my face in the water, I wouldn't have.
Didn't see any fish. And I'm sure your
I've
family.
seen fish.
Did you see the fish? Did you see the turtles?
I can
Did you see
Google fish right
can,
now, and I can see them.
Yes,
There's
I know.
probably
Sure,
a live Molokini underwater camera right now that I could find online, and I could see everything happening there right now.
Right, which is way better than what you did. which is way better than what you actually did by being
I
there.
got in the water.
Okay, fine.
All right, let's see. It's 9:34, which means it's time for Big Boy News and Opinion Window.
It's not 9:34.
It's 6:34.
Did I say 9?
Yeah, you
You
know.
want
I'm
the
sorry.
day to be over already?
I'm sorry, I was hanging upside down and it looked like a 9.
Okay.
Because I'm a bat, you see.
Yeah, right. You know, the Utah Opera Company, they're doing that show about a bat.
What show
It's
about
called,
a bat?
It's an opera called Die Fledermaus, which means the Fledermaus.
Mm-hmm.
And a Fledermaus that's German
That's
for
a
bat.
Flying mouse is
Yeah,
what it means.
yeah. That's all right. Okay.
Big Boy News and Opinion Window now brought to you by...
Get unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback credit card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
Well, oh, by the way, just this is kind of an entertainment story.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Alan Dershowitz is joining Harvey Weinstein's legal team as a consultant, which is how you know Harvey Weinstein is absolutely guilty. If Alan Dershowitz joins the team, he's guilty.
Because Alan has had his own issues with sexual assault.
Dershowitz's work will center around Weinstein's lawsuit against the Weinstein Company, the company he formerly led. Weinstein has been accused of sexual assault and rape, but has denied those allegations as criminal probes are ongoing. He denied them again to Alan Dershowitz, who said, "I believe you, Harvey. I believe you. I know.
I didn't do it either.
I didn't do it either, Harvey." That's right. All right. And speaking of that sort of thing, Roman Polanski said he was blindsided. Blindsided, I tell you. His attorney says that he was removed or taken out of the academy that bestows the Academy Awards. He and Bill Cosby, out. We're kicking you out. Attorney Harlan Braun says Polanski will ask the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences to conduct a hearing so that Mr. Polanski can make his case to remain in the prestigious, I guess it is prestige. I mean, what sort of rights and privileges does he lose being kicked out of the Academy of Motion Picture? Maybe he loses
can't
his
vote in
Does
things.
he lose his pension?
You can't vote.
It's okay.
You won't get any of the free movies sent to your house.
Okay, well,
there might be some
it's
sort of
respect.
pension or
I
something,
don't
isn't
get-
there? It is a respect
It's
thing.
a respect.
I can see, he probably wants the swag bag that they get
Oh,
every
it's
year.
lovely.
And I don't know why his wife made any public comment
What did she
about.
say?
Oh, she said
I
this
didn't hear
is.
this.
Oh, she said this isn't justice. This is mob justice, and
No, that's
Cosby's
Bill
wife.
Cosby's wife.
that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Just
Well,
going
we were
back.
talking about Roman Polanski.
But Bill Cosby was kicked out too.
Yes.
We mentioned.
Okay, yeah, he and his wife, yeah. she
Mob.
said
No, wait.
justice.
That was a jury of his peers. It's
Well,
not
and
mob justice.
Well, I've been wanting to talk about this just quickly. Did she not hear the deposition where he, in his own words, explained how in her house he gave a pill
it was
to
his
a woman
house, too.
and had sex with her?
It was his house too. That's the justification.
I don't think she's heard a lot of things.
Probably.
Or she's heard them and they went in this ear and then right out the other.
She doesn't care.
Okay, sorry.
Hundreds of earthquakes in Hawaii are shaking the eastern side of the Big Island, and authorities are concerned that the Kilauea volcano might erupt. This is pretty dramatic stuff if you've seen any of the pictures.
It's been spewing lava. There's been a lava evacuation.
The U.S. Geological Survey, there is a huge fissure that's opened up, and there are homes around there. And a huge fissure has just opened up, a big crack, and there's lava oozing out of it. Now, the volcano has not erupted, but lava is oozing up out of big cracks in the ground. County spokeswoman Janet Snyder said authorities have issued a mandatory evacuation for a portion of the Leilani Estates, which is a subdivision in the Puna district on Hawaii Island. The frequency of the minor earthquakes decreased Thursday compared to the preceding days. The Hawaiian Volcano Observatory says that a volcanic eruption is possible, but they don't believe it's imminent. But there have been hundreds of earthquakes there since Monday. I mean, it is really, really acting up. It has become very unnerving, said Carol Shepard, a resident of that subdivision. She says the flurry of earthquakes seem to happen every minute. It's like the house will shake, and then it's like somebody that weighs 300 pounds comes into your living room and jumps up and down, and then it stops, and then it happens a couple minutes later. And there's also steam coming up out of these vents. It's just incredible. Incredible to see. Something else incredible to see, and there is very clear video of this. Security cameras show images of a handcuffed man in Spanish Fork running out of the courtroom, out into the hall, and throwing himself over a second-story rail and landing on the floor below. And then there's a security camera. You can see it from above. A guard kind of sees him falling and runs to try and catch him. And then there's another shot of it as there's a camera down on ground level where the guard, you see the guard again running to try to catch him. X96.com/live. So he runs out. So somebody chases him. Now here he goes over the rail.
Right
Wham!
over the rail. Oh.
See, and then they'll show you another shot of the guard.
Dive on purpose, or did he just run into the rail and fall?
That guy nearly caught him. That would have hurt that guy to catch him.
And then you see there's blood coming out of his head.
Well, yeah, because his hands are handcuffed, so he couldn't catch his fall at all.
So the security camera shows a bailiff trying to break Mr. Rudd's fall. Let's see, the guy's name was Christopher Clay Rudd. He was supposed to be appearing before a judge for an order to show cause for skipping out on his rehab. And
clearly, this was not a well-thought-out plan, Chris.
I don't think anything he does is a well-thought-out plan.
No, and it seems to me that he knew it was there. He was just trying to get away. This is UTA again. Utah Attorney General's office is reviewing the more than $200,000 that former Utah Transit Authority boss Jerry Benson is getting after being fired last month, as well as other transit agency employee contracts that offer similar provisions. Quote, we're going to go look at those on a case-by-case basis, including the Benson contract, said Assistant Attorney General Mark Burns. There are multiple contracts that have severance benefits at the UTA, and he says that's not part of what we do. Severance pay is not, let's see, how did he put it? We're looking at our options. The legislature said that there are not supposed to be any severance pay benefits in these packages, in these contracts. But he got a $200,000 severance benefit. And maybe they broke the law by doing it. It's always something with the UTA, isn't it?
Oh, but if we change the name, everything will be fine.
You know, Rudy Giuliani, so he made a lot of noise a couple of days ago. Was it yesterday or the day before?
2 days ago.
2 days ago on the Sean Hannity show by talking about the hush money paid.
He paid him back. Trump paid him back.
To Stormy Daniels. But you know what was overlooked in that conversation was this. Rudy Giuliani warned special counsel Robert Mueller to steer clear of Ivanka Trump, daughter and advisor to President Donald Trump,
Really?
but said her husband, White House advisor Jared Kushner, is disposable.
That'll go over well.
Here, this is Giuliani. Quote, now, if they do Ivanka, which I doubt they will, the whole country will turn on him, meaning Mueller, Giuliani said. He said they're going to go, and then Sean Hannity said they're going to go after his daughter. No, I don't think they will. The whole country will turn on him. Hannity then asked the former New York City mayor about Kushner. Well, Jared's a fine man. You know that. But men, they're disposable. but a fine woman like Ivanka, I mean, come on. This is...
Does he mean a fine woman? Is that what he means?
I think he means it in all senses of the word. This is legal counsel to the president. Jared's a fine man, but men are, disposable. But a fine woman like Ivanka, come on. That remark didn't get much attention at first, but now people are starting to talk about it.
What does that mean, men are disposable?
Well,
I don't even know what that...
It just means they'll go easy on Ivanka because she's beautiful, and people seem to think she's very smart and talented. I have my doubts about that.
Yeah, I don't think she's a friend to women, I'll say that.
That's
I think by comparison with her father, she's smart. I think.
Well, yeah, when you stand the two of them next to each other, she's an angel.
That's why she looks smarter.
No, Gina, she isn't, because she will stand next to him, and she will say, oh, he's a great father. She's not smart. Oh, and President Trump, there was a prayer breakfast at the White House yesterday, and President Trump once again took credit for saving the phrase "Merry Christmas" at the White House.
It's never.
I've always protected religious liberty. We've been doing it. We have been doing it. My administration has spoken out against religious persecution around the world, including the persecution of many, many Christians. What is going on is horrible, and we're taking action. We are taking action.
What's going on? Is something going on?
Wrong. One nation under God is so important. We say it. A lot of people, they don't say it, but you know what? They're starting to say it more, just like we're starting to say Merry Christmas when that day comes around. You notice a big difference between now and 2 or 3 years ago.
No.
It was going in the other direction rapidly. Now it's straight up since I've become president.
This is just another example of him saying things.
He's deranged.
No, okay, he's talking about the North Korean prisoners, the American prisoners in North Korea. Yes. And he tweeted yesterday saying, the previous administration were not able to get this taken care of. It's close to being done. Mm-hmm. There are 3 people in prison in North Korea. 2 of them have been in prison only since President Trump has been in office.
Right. Oh, so the previous administration couldn't do anything about it.
No.
You're right.
But he tweets that out,
okay,
and nobody questions it.
Quickly.
What?
This may be the end of the Trump administration. Neil Cavuto says to Donald Trump, and Neil Cavuto is a very conservative guy on Fox News.
Okay.
You stink.
He said that?
I guess you're too busy draining the swamp to ever stop and smell the stink you are creating, Fox News host Neil Cavuto said. Mr. President, you stink. The host listed some of Trump's worst lies and misstatements, including claiming there was widespread voter fraud in the 2016 election and the recent revelation that he repaid his personal lawyer, Michael Cohen, $130,000 in hush money given to Stormy Daniels. How can you drain the swamp if you're the one that keeps muddying the water, Cavuto said. You didn't know about that $130,000 payment to a porn star until you did know about it.
Wrong.
Cavuto,
that 130. I thought you. Okay.
Cavuto said Trump cannot criticize the press for reporting fake news when he repeatedly makes false statements himself. So,
Neil's not going to get a job in the administration now.
Well, for sure.
Yeah.
And then I'll do this story finally, and then we got to move on.
Yes.
A Turkish court has acquitted a former beauty queen of charges of insulting the victims of the country's failed 2016 coup in a Twitter post. Iter Esin was stripped of her Miss Turkey 2017 title and charged with insulting a section of the public for the tweet she posted as the country held memorials marking the failed coup. The tweet, which was later erased, read this, quote, I got my period on the morning of July 15, Martyrs' Day.
Oh.
I'm marking the day by bleeding as a representation of the martyrs' blood. Essen had denied any intent to insult the victims. The court acquitted her on Thursday, citing insufficient elements for a crime. Her title was given to a runner-up who went on to represent Turkey in the Miss World pageant.
They like to pretend that menstruation doesn't happen in Turkey?
I don't know, Gina.
No?
I have not.
Okay.
I've not been to Turkey, nor have I discussed the menses with any Turkish people.
Okay.
But the next time I meet one, I'm going to say, "How do you Turks feel about the menses?" And then I'll let you know.
In Turkey.
Then I'll let you know. All right, that's it. Sports weather traffic.
Today is Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. To celebrate, FanX will donate 50% of ticket sales to local charities. To purchase your tickets today, visit fanxsaltlake.com. Enter Star Wars promo code to save 10%. Lots of the sports. So, of course, tonight we have Houston in town against the Jazz. That game is at 8:30. Tomorrow, the Royals are home to the Washington Spirit. That game is at 7. You can still get tickets for that. And RSL is on the road in Orlando. They don't play until Sunday, and it's an afternoon game. That's at 3 o'clock. That's.
Am I supposed to be paying attention to the Jazz, or are we just?
Yes.
We're still waiting.
No, Carrie, this is huge.
Okay.
They've tied up the series.
Oh, they have?
Yeah, they're 1-1 against Houston.
Oh, yeah, I knew that. I knew that they did that because
because they've been playing tough D, and Engels drained a lot of trays.
Yes.
Wow.
Radio from hell. Fair weather fans, as long as the Jazz are winning. Go Team X96.
And I'll watch the game tonight for the Donovan Mitchell show, but I also watch for the Ricky Rubio on the bench show because he's just cute. He's just really, really cute. That's sports. Weather, we're warm and getting warmer. 76 for a high today. We'll be up in the mid-80s by Monday. Really, really warm. Traffic, let me refresh that quickly and see if anything news happened in the last few minutes. No, we're pretty clear. I see green cameras all the way up and down the Wasatch Front. Not even any yellow slowage. We're green all the way. So let's keep it that way. If you see something different, text us and let us know. 33986.
All right.
So I heard the story the other day, and it's just stunning to me, and I wonder what's going on. Let me just read the headline here. I don't know which news source this is from, but it says Harriman looks for solutions. So the town of Harriman here in Utah, as 6th youth suicide has been reported.
In Harriman?
In the community of Harriman.
Wow.
Dealing with a crisis, a high school student took his own life. The 6th youth suicide reported since last summer. State and local health leaders say they are looking into several other youth suicides in that corner of Salt Lake County. Crisis counselors were on hand Thursday to comfort Harriman High students who were grieving the loss of a fellow classmate who died as a result of suicide.
This is a Fox 13 story, by the way.
Thank you. The tight-knit community is hurting. We've all been affected emotionally by the loss of these 5 kids. Then a 6th, this just hits home again, said Kendall Marcroft, a licensed clinical social worker and parent of 2 Harriman High School students. Marcroft holds support groups for parents and many whose children died as a result of suicide. We're banging our heads. Why does this keep happening?
Now, where's Harriman? It's out there?
It's where we went.
It's out there where the soccer.
Well, where we did our show.
It's about as far south and west as you can go without going into Utah County.
Okay.
It's right the corner of Salt Lake County. And it's a relatively...
It's a newer area.
Yeah. I mean, there have been, some people living out there for a long time, but there's been new construction out there.
Developments.
Yeah.
Younger families.
The Utah Department of Health has reported in 2017 there were 42 youth aged 10 to 17 who died as a result of suicide in Utah. And then I seem to remember, and I was trying to look it up, crime in general in Harriman is actually pretty high. There are just crimes that happen out there, a lot of crimes as well. Harriman, Utah, violent crime on a scale from, this is a crime statistic website for Harriman, Utah. Violent crime on a scale from 1, low crime, to 100 is 25. So violent crime is composed of 4 offenses: murder, and negligent manslaughter, forcible rape, robbery, and aggravated assault. So the U.S. average is 31.1. So they're pretty. You would think for a small community like that.
Can I go back to the suicide thing just quickly before we run out of time?
Yeah.
There's talk about, is it the contagion thing where one kid does it and then...
Because it seems to be that's what happens.
And then there are others.
Yeah.
the Safe Utah app is, you should have that on your kids' phones.
Have it on your phone.
Have
too.
it on your phone too.
Just go to the Google Play or Apple and download Safe Utah app.
It's a really easy way to get help if you need it. Because some kids don't feel comfortable going to their parents about these things. Some kids don't feel comfortable going to teachers or counselors at school. It's another resource for, because when somebody in your school dies as a result of suicide, it brings up emotions you might not have known you had, and you need to talk to somebody about it, but maybe you're not comfortable talking to your parents.
So what I'm hearing from you say, though, there is maybe, I mean, is the community of Harriman very conservative? Is it the kind of community where kids don't want to share with their parents because their parents are really strict and perhaps have really strict religious standards? Is that what you?
I mean, I wouldn't leap to that necessarily. I think that's a hard thing to talk about, no matter how liberal or conservative your parents are.
It's hard to talk to your parents about anything when you're in high school.
Exactly.
Except me, I was the blabbermouth. I'd go home to my mother and tell her everything that I did that that I wasn't supposed to be doing.
And then we were out smoking in the parking lot.
But
yeah, that kind
when
of
these
stuff.
things happen, they can bring up emotions in kids that they have never had to deal with before. Usually you don't have to deal with death and death of your peers till you're much older. And when that happens when you're younger, you're confused. And maybe you don't have a good relationship with your parents. Or maybe you do and you're afraid to bring it up. You're like, oh, my mom's going to freak out if I talk to her about this, but I still would like to talk about it.
So is it, yes, Carrie, did you have something?
Shadow says the Harriman is very conservative.
Yeah. So is the Safe Utah app, though, and I'm not trying to diss on it at all in any way, shape, or form. A kid who is in trouble, feeling what you were just describing, will that child, that kid, that high schooler use an app to try and help?
Well, because you can do it anonymously, for one thing.
So maybe what you're saying is that if you have a friend who's going through this anonymously, because you don't want your friend to think you're a rat, anonymously you can say, I know so-and-so is having thoughts of suicide or of doing violence or whatever.
Or yourself.
Or yourself.
Maybe it's stuff you're dealing with yourself. You can anonymously, there's a chat feature on there. Kids are just more comfortable with doing this through their device. It's hard for them to talk face-to-face with anybody.
There's other useful stuff on there, too, and there are phone numbers you can call, and there are all kinds of, there's really great information on it. So just...
it's Safe Utah. If you go to the App Store or Google Play Store, just put in Safe Utah.
And I don't know how many high school kids in Harriman are listening to our show, but maybe some of their parents are. And tell your kids to download that app.
Just put it on the phone.
Or grab their phone and say, here, I'm going to put an app on here that I want you to look at.
And it's not just for suicide. That if there's bullying going on, if there's threats of violence, all that kind of stuff, you can do that on the app.
I don't know. It just has been very upsetting to me.
Yes. Don't be upset about the traffic, though, Bill, because so far there's some maintenance going on I-15 at the 9th South northbound exit and southbound on-ramp. Truck traffic is being prohibited there while they're working on that, but no accidents to report so far. If you see something, let us know. Text it to us, 33986.
I don't know if Big O Tires sells truck tires.
Sure they do.
But do they?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, for I know they sell them for your pick-em-up trucks and stuff like that, and probably for your motor homes and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And right now, like if you want to get your motorhome all outfitted with new tires for the summer, you're going on vacation with your motorhome or hauling something.
Well, your pickup truck that you pull your boat with.
There you go.
So stop by any of your locally owned, operated Big O Tire stores now through May 20th, and you'll get $150 off of a set of 4 Big O brand tires. Now, Big O, they know that it's the team you trust, and they know the tires it's an investment. I mean, it's something that you absolutely need, and good tires are not particularly cheap.
Can I bring something up now?
Yeah.
You don't have to get your car inspected anymore, and often You didn't find out that your tires needed changing until you go to your inspection. You on your own are going to have to pay attention to that now. Take your car to Big O Tires, and they'll help you decide when is a good time to replace them.
And they can do an alignment, and that'll help too. $150 off a set of 4. They have no credit financing. Go to bigotires.com to find a store near you.
Listen to X96 this week at 8 a.m.
Barry on Twitter at RFHGina. Radio from Hell on X96.
Just quickly,
yes,
we're doing a text to win tickets to see Solo, a Star Wars story. We're doing a screening of that. You can find out more about this at x96.com. Text this keyword to 33986 to win tickets. The keyword is Falcon, Falcon, Falcon. Text that to 33986.
And is this sponsored?
No.
It's the Travel Brigade. They are their own sponsor. It's Jeff and Kathleen, and they're here to talk about travel. And now, see, ancestry tourism, I thought it was when you go with your grandparents. But then I realized it was to find out where you came from. And so I'm going to I'm going to Manti.
There you go. I was going to say, one person did tweet me and asked if when I was saying genealogy, they thought I was saying gynecology travel. And I was like, no,
Nope.
totally different topic.
That you can do that.
That's for June.
Well, the Irish.
Listen in June.
The Irish have that.
Yeah.
So, but the Travel Brigade, by the way, you can find out all of this stuff that we're going to talk about by going to the x96.com, and that'll link you to the Travel Brigade.
Yes,
and
travelbrigade.com.
Right.
Excellent.
So, what is ancestry tourism exactly?
Well, it's hot. It's a hot topic.
Yeah. Now, we wanted to let you know that the LDS Church recently scrapped their home teaching program.
Right.
Two problems with this. One, even though we haven't attended in a while, I convinced Kathleen that I still had a home teaching route. And anytime a jazz game was on, I would just sneak out to the local sports bar and say, "Oh, it's Friday night at 8:30 and someone needs home teaching."
Right.
The other problem is nobody comes by and reminds you to do your genealogy. So we're here to fix that, and we're also here to tell you how your genealogy can take you on a great adventure.
Yeah. Now, first of all, I want to mention, because we are going to be talking about a lot of LDS Church resources, you do not have to be a Momo to do this, and we have done it. We've went into the church genealogy library, all sorts of things. A little nervous, but what's really interesting about ancestry travel is that you can kind of connect with your roots. It's a different sort of experience. It's on the uprise. It's one of the new kind of trends with travel. I did a trip back to Ireland to trace my dad's Irish Catholic side. It was absolutely amazing. We're going to talk about a little bit about that trip, but mostly points to get you through your own.
Yeah, so before you go, a few things you need to do. One is go do your research. You're really lucky that you live here in Salt Lake, because we have perhaps the world's foremost library here.
Genealogy.
Right downtown.
And they're very accommodating to anybody.
They're very cool,
And they even do classes for first-timers. They'll give you a little badge that says, "It's my first time here." And,
help me.
And don't worry, they're used to dealing with Gentiles all the time. What was really interesting is people come here from around the world to research, because the records here are better than the records back in their home country. So you don't have to be a Richie T member, big shot,
So what do you go looking for exactly? How do you find some stuff?
Well, that's actually really interesting. I'm going, jumping off Jeff's point, you not only want to work with genealogists here, but you want to connect with genealogists in the home country that you're looking for.
Okay.
And so we started doing it here, and actually it's a really small community, because we had connected with Tourism Ireland. We work with a lot of tourist bureaus, and we had gotten the name of Helen Kelly, which she's actually her name.
Is that
she's
a blind woman?
No. Believe it or not, Kelly.
Oh, that was Helen Keller.
Not Keller.
Okay.
But her title is genealogy butler. And
she works at one of the foremost
the
hotels
Shelbourne,
in
and
Dublin,
she does little appointments with people, talks to them.
Oh, cool.
But she's like the Irish Mary Poppins. She's amazing. She's really cute. But I mentioned her down at the library, and they're like, "Oh yeah, Helen." I mean, everyone knows everybody in different places. So you connect here, and then connect where you're going. And then the next thing we'd say is take an ancestry DNA test.
Yeah, we did one of those DNA tests through Ancestry.com, and it's really easy and very convenient.
We all did it on our show. We did it here.
We figured out I'm perhaps the whitest man
Yes.
in America, 98% British heritage.
Yeah, me too.
I think they put honky on the
on the little line.
Yeah.
They put Howley on mine.
Yeah. Well, I took a test too. I was pretty sure what I was, at least with my dad's side. My mom's side's very mixed, but when my dad woke up in the morning with a Guinness and a cup of porridge, I knew, and the first words he taught me were "Pug me air and hone."
So what do you do when you go? So you go, and what do you try
That's
to
a
do
good
while
question,
you're there?
because it's going to really depend on where you're going, because it might depend on what records are available. One of the genealogists we worked with at the Family History Library was very good at defining.
Yeah, you need to have some goals. So first of all, because you can't just do everything. So the goals are, what do you exactly want to do? Do you want to find the dwelling where your ancestors lived? Do you want to find living relatives? Or do you want to just sort of immerse yourself in the atmosphere and culture of the environment? I was able to find a church where my great-grandparents were married. I was able to find a parish where my great-grandfather was baptized. And then, of course, going to the Waterford Crystal Factory. So we were able to do lots of really cool things. Now, each individual country will have different sets of records.
But Ireland is one of the best, actually.
Well, it's kind of interesting because it's hard
It's
to go back.
actually one of the worst.
Yeah, in one sense, it's one of the worst.
Because they burned a lot.
In one of their many wars or conflicts,
The Troubles.
all the records got burned, so it's hard to go back past the 19th century. However, the English were very concerned about taxing all their Irish tenants, and so they kept these very exact tax records of where every single person was living.
So that's how we found mine.
So the British did.
We thank the British for doing that.
Okay.
But another thing you can do is work with there's certain tour operators that will help you find destinations depending on where you're going to go.
Oh, so there are tour companies that specialize in this kind of thing.
One of the ones for Europe is goaheadtours.com. Again, we'll post links at x96.com, travelbrigade.com. We've noticed a lot of different airlines do things. South African Airways Vacations is doing a 12-day Cultural Roots of South Africa group tour. If you got sort of a religious background, you're looking at, for example, Jewish people who might be looking for ancestors in pre-World War II.
So there's a Jewish travel bureau.
Yeah. Well, there's two different ones that do specialize in it. And then, of course, if you look at like just the numbers of people that are doing this, the top are Scotland, Italy, Ireland, Germany, Eastern Europe, that kind of stuff. There's a place called Go Ahead Tours, and they actually work with Ancestry, and they set up tours that go there, and they've got several ones for like Germany, Italy, different ones there. So, and we'll put those links as well. So, kind of depending on where you're going, but it is one of the hot trends of travel the last 5 years.
So you know what what I'm going to do? Because,
what are you going to do?
I like Jeff, one of the whitest people. That's what my DNA showed. One of the whitest people on the planet. I'm actually going to ask somebody who has really strong. Maybe I'll ask Jay Whitaker. Can I? Maybe I want to follow your ancestry.
Somebody else.
And immerse myself
in
your history.
Interesting.
You're a black comedian. I'm going to go and immerse myself in your family because mine is not very interesting.
I have been living vicariously through Kathleen on this because she's got a lot of different things came up.
And we actually went to Quebec, actually. Because that's where my great-grandfather, they put him on a boat by himself when he was in his late teens, threw him over to Canada. We went there, found records. So we've kind of done the whole journey from Southern Ireland to Quebec, down to Canada, and then all the East Coast.
And I think that's another good thing about this Ancestry.com is they will show you travel,
the migration
patterns.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
His was the Momo track. Mine was the East Coast.
But it'll show you like 1825 to 1850. Here's where people were going.
Well, that sounds very fascinating, and there's all kinds of links and information. You can go to x96.com and you'll find links there, and the travelbrigade.com, more information about it there. And I'm going to call Jay and ask if we can swap DNA.
Well,
connect with your roots. It's really fun.
Jay will just start you at his father's house in Los Angeles.
Well, that's okay.
So,
okay.
I love that.
We'll start there. All right, that's it.
At least it's out of Utah.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. All that stuff at x96.com. Okay.
There's a crash southbound I-15 near Park Lane exit in Farmington. Cars are on the left shoulder, causing some delays toward Kaysville. And emergency maintenance, I-15 at 9th South northbound exit and the southbound on-ramp. All truck traffic is being prohibited in that area. Stop by your locally owned and operated Big O Tire store today. Save up to $150 off a set of 4 Big O brand tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Boners round 1 coming up. Here are your candidates. Boner candidate number 1, racism in so many forms. Boner candidate number 2, we voted him most accident prone. And boner candidate number 3, they finally caught the pooperintendent.
Yay.
All right. Got that coming up. Now, Dale has texted a question for you, Kathleen.
Yes.
Ask Kathleen about her Wild Girls weekend in Moab with my wife.
Dear heavens.
I'm not sure what happened there.
Just read the sheriff's report.
All I know is that Tamas and I, his wife, slept in the same bed, and Dale, let's just say, had some private moments thinking about it.
Oh.
I said it was way better. It was way better than you could ever imagine.
Well, if you need to send apologies to anybody.
There we go.
I don't think I'm allowed in Moab it was me, Jolita, Tamas, my friend
Oh, my
Amelia.
hell.
Yeah, it was
trouble.
I wouldn't be able to keep up with any of it.
Yeah, it was.
Maybe you should do. Carrie's going to tell you how you can maybe smooth it over with the sheriff of Grand County.
I think I might need to.
Send him some flowers. Pro Flowers.
I think we promised him something more than that.
Well, it's a step forward. It's you get baby steps.
We're like, just let us
But
out.
now
We won't come back.
This is a commercial now.
Okay.
You know that. Proflowers.com. Send the sheriff some flowers as an apology. But actually, the Mother's Day. Mother's Day is what this is all about. Mom's going to love these. I have these on my counter at home right now, and it's just terrific. 100 colorful blooms with a free glass vase for just $19.99. It's an incredible deal. I've had them there for 2 weeks. They still look great. They guarantee them for 7 days, but it's been my experience you can get 3 or more weeks out of them if you just follow the directions that they give you in the magic green box that it comes in. So right now you can get 100 colorful blooms with a free glass vase for just $19.99 plus shipping and handling. You just have to use the promo code X96. Fresh flowers that you can choose the delivery dates that you want. That's guaranteed. You can have your gift delivered on Mother's Day if you'd like, on May 13th. So the only way to get 100 colorful blooms with a free glass vase for just $19.99 is to visit proflowers.com. Click on the microphone in the upper right-hand corner and use the code X96. That's proflowers.com and the code X96. Well, we could send you to a couple of bands in concert.
from Hell Show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986.
No
Message and
idea.
data rates apply.
There was so much trouble on that set.
There was a lot of tension on the set.
Man!
Well,
But they turned out a pretty good movie.
Well, no, that was the prequels.
Oh, was it?
So not
that good. Not that good.
If you want Samuel Jackson, he's the purple lightsaber. Remember?
He's Mace Windu.
Okay. Is he in the one with Watto?
He is in one with Watto. Yes.
God.
Your favorite.
You always have
character.
to bring up Watto.
Is so awful. Worse than Jar Jar.
He's up there.
Anyway.
All right. 7:22. Time now for round one of your boner voting. 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. Boner, of course, means mistake. And you will decide with your vote of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and get that 50-50 chance of becoming boner of the day. If it wins here, it goes up against the winner of round 2. Round 2 happens at 8:20. We take both of those candidates and throw them in the ring at 9:20. That's when boner of the day is decided. So 2 now, a third after the news. Once you get all 3, you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive.
It can't buy it. Got to win it. Radio from Hell boner T-shirt courtesy of Excel Automotive Repair. Radio from Hell's official auto mechanics. Don't buy a lemon. Try Excel Automotive's $50 bumper-to-bumper used car checkover before you buy. Limit 2 cars per $50.
All right, here's the deal with boner candidate number 1. It's you get 4 stories with boner candidate number 1, which is called Racism in So Many Forms. I'll just begin with this one, and then I'll summarize the others. Thornton, Colorado, Russell Cordova said during a recent windstorm his kid's trampoline blew into his neighbor's backyard, and his neighbors are refusing to give it back. Mr. Cordova says his neighbors even yelled at his wife when she asked for the trampoline back. It blows me away. I don't understand what the motive is for keeping our trampoline. According to Cordova, his neighbor claims the runaway trampoline damaged his flagpole and he wants Mr. Cordova to pay for it. Mr. Cordova says he checked with his insurance company and they said his neighbor's insurance will probably cover the damage to the flagpole. Quote, I just don't want there to be any more confrontation. That's all. It's a simple matter. His neighbor says Cordova's family called him and his wife names. And if they want their damn trampoline back, they can sue him. I don't give a S, the neighbor told the local news station. He shows me $1,400 and he can have that trampoline back. Look, if he'd acted like a white person, he could have gotten it back.
There it is.
Whoa. It's that simple, said the neighbor. Whoa. Yes, Mr. Cordova is a man of color.
There it is. If he'd
acted like a white person, I would have given it back.
I want to know what that means. How does a white person act?
Honorably, Gina, not like those sneaky people of color. Then, number 2 story. An 80-year-old white man is being investigated for hate crime after he was filmed physically attacking and unleashing a racist tirade against a much younger black woman because she didn't park her car right.
I saw that. I watched that video. It was sickening.
That's part of the boner candidate. And then a student on a campus in Mississippi, an Islamic person, a Muslim student, was pushed down the stairs on Punish a Muslim Day.
Wait a minute. What?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't hear about that?
Oh, no.
You didn't hear?
I didn't bring it up because, well, why would you? But there was something, and it was something floating around going, today is Punish a Muslim Day. Yeah. And then finally, a story about IHOP calling a diner at IHOP the N-word on a receipt. So there you go.
It's everywhere.
There were too many stories. I lumped them all together. Boner candidate number 1, racism in so many forms. Here's boner candidate number 2. We voted him most accident prone. Oh, God, it was good. An Illinois high school is reprinting all of their yearbooks because they mocked a partially paralyzed senior in high school who was a wheelchair athlete. They named him most accident prone. His name is Chauncey Wolf. He was partially paralyzed in a car accident at the age of 4. He is set to sign a letter of intent next week to play wheelchair basketball for Southwest Minnesota State University. Mr. Wolf said he wasn't aware of the designation in the yearbook. He didn't see it. Voted for by students until the yearbook was printed. Oh, then he did see it. And he wasn't asked if it was okay with him.
Oh, he has a good sense of humor. He knows we're just kidding.
We'll vote him the most accident prone because he's in a wheelchair.
He runs into things with his wheelchair all the time.
He says, then I started seeing posts on Snapchat, people laughing and taking pictures of the yearbook. His mother, Crystal Wolf, spoke with Eisenhower High School administrators and says she doesn't see how this would ever be deemed okay by anybody.
Who's your editor of your yearbook?
The yearbook advisor. There are any number of things they could have picked him for, she said. That's what really bothers me. He made a lot of good news for the school district, especially this year. They could have acknowledged him for many things instead of mocking him. School district officials say they're collecting all of the yearbooks and they will reprint them. Boner candidate number 2. We voted him most accident prone. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. They finally caught the pooperintendent.
All right, boner candidate number 3 for round 1. Coming up after this big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by.
Today is Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. To celebrate, Fan X will donate 50% of ticket sales to local charities. To purchase your tickets today, visit fanxsaltlake.com. Enter Star Wars promo code to save 10%.
Medical staff at Danbury Hospital, have performed life-saving surgery to remove a 132-pound ovarian tumor from a woman in February.
Wait, that's a whole person-sized
Look at it.
tumor.
Oh, my God, look at that.
X96.com/live.
Yeah.
A team of surgeons, physicians, and medical staff was able to remove one of the largest known ovarian tumors in a 5-hour surgery. The woman was able to go home after 2 weeks in the hospital, expected to make a full recovery. Hospital official says she has returned to a healthy weight. Doctors discovered the 132-pound benign mucinous ovarian tumor in the 38-year-old woman after she experienced a rapid weight gain.
I'm sorry, discovered a 132-pound tumor?
Well,
they didn't have to go digging around much for it, I don't think.
She gained 10 pounds a week in a 2-month period.
Ugh.
Doctors discovered it. The removal was done in a single surgery, and you know what? With this story, there are pictures of the surgery as well.
Yeah.
There's a gallery of 6 pictures. Ew! Man, one doctor said, well, I might expect to see a 25-pound ovarian tumor, but a 132-pound tumor, well, that's very rare.
That's quite a tumor.
When I met with the patient, she was extremely malnourished because the tumor was sitting on her digestive tract, and she had to use a wheelchair because of the tumor's weight.
Dr. Hibbard did the surgery?
I wanted to help her, and I knew that we couldn't, said Dr. Hibbard.
They wouldn't let me do the surgery, everybody.
No, Dr. Nick, not.
It's cheaper if Dr. Nick does it.
I can do it at a fourth of the cost, everybody.
Well, no, we're not going to let that happen. The White House has reached out to arrange a potential meeting between President Trump and James Shaw Jr., the man who confronted a gunman at a Waffle House in Tennessee. My understanding is there has been an outreach effort to bring him into the White House. I'll keep you updated on that as I have more information, said White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Sanders was responding to a question from American Urban Radio Network's reporter April Ryan, who noted that Mr. Trump has met with crew members and passengers of Southwest airline flight that made an emergency landing. Trump himself has not tweeted or spoken about Shaw since the incident.
Who was a hero.
Yeah, a gunman killed 4 people and injured at least 4 more after opening fire in a Nashville Waffle House in April. Shaw, who was a customer, rushed the gunman and wrestled the gun away from him, according to multiple reports.
And he has raised money to pay for the funerals of the people that died there.
Yeah, he's got a GoFundMe page for the victims. Let's see. So this is weird. A Colorado man who was kicked off a Southwest airline flight last week and arrested in Salt Lake City has been arrested again. Police say this time he threatened security at a local gas station.
What?
Mark Anthony Castriota of Englewood, Colorado, was arrested April 26 for investigation of public intoxication after making threats to passengers on a Southwest Airlines flight from Denver to San Jose. The pilot decided to make an emergency landing, remember that, in Salt Lake, to get him off the plane. Mr. Castriota had a strong smell of marijuana on him, and he was agitated. He had the appearance of someone who might be under the influence of some substances due to him being a threat. They arrested. So he was arrested when the plane was landed. and then he was released after he sobered up. But he didn't go back home or to San Jose. Last night, just after midnight, a Tuesday, he was standing across the street from a gas station, and a security officer asked a homeless man to leave the property. That made Mr. Castriota start yelling at the security guards. He didn't tell Mr. The security guard was saying to this homeless guy, please move along, move along. So Castriota starts yelling at the security guards. He yelled racial slurs, and finally they had to call the police, and they've arrested him again.
This is a troubled person.
He's got some anger issues, I'd say.
I would say. You remember all of that hysteria over the Jade Helm operation?
You mean the thing that never happened?
That was supposed to be happening in Texas?
They've taken over a Walmart. They're going to turn it into a giant prison. They're going to take away our guns.
Never happened.
The governor of the state of Texas, Greg Abbott, in 2015, asked the Texas State Guard to monitor a federal military exercise that prompted significant criticism. A former CIA director now says that move emboldened the Russians to target elections.
Oh.
See, he says that the Russians were responsible for whipping up the hysteria about this Jade Helm maneuver.
That worked so well. Let's try it over here.
Yeah, it worked really well there. So they did it on the elections.
Yeah, we can trick them.
Yeah,
they're gullible.
It was just such nonsense.
It was complete.
It was a military exercise, which they do all the time, planning for various events. And this one they called Jade Helm, and I don't know what they were, what the exercise was, but that's all it was. But you know what they're doing? They're going to try and take over the state of Texas, and then
take all your guns. They're going to round people up.
There's not going to be a Nobel Prize in Literature this year.
Really?
They're canceling it.
Is it because we stopped reading?
No. I don't know if we've mentioned this. It's because the Nobel Prize Academy, the Swedish Academy, is embroiled in a sexual misconduct scandal.
Okay, where is there not a sexual misconduct scandal?
There isn't one here.
In this room.
There isn't one here.
This is the only place?
I'm not including the producer's booth. I'm saying in this room. All right?
This is the only place.
Yeah, I'm not aware of anyone in the Broadway Media Building. I'm not aware that there's any sexual misconduct here. I think it is possible to be places where there isn't any. I know it's pretty.
It just seems like it's everywhere.
Yeah, the Swedish Academy said they won't award the Nobel Prize because they are too busy dealing with this scandal. Let's see.
Well, they better get off that because President Trump needs to win that Nobel Prize.
Apparently, French photographer Jean-Claude Arnault, who was married to an Academy member, groped the Crown Princess of Sweden.
Wow!
At an Academy event in 2006, Arnault had already been accused of sexual harassment or assault by at least 18 women. He also allegedly leaked the names of at least 7 Nobel winners. He's denied all of the accusations against him. So he's not even on. He's not even in the Academy, but he's married to an Academy member, and so he goes to a lot of the functions and gropes people, apparently.
Hey, there's good-looking people at those cocktail parties.
So no Nobel Prize for Literature.
Are they good-looking? I mean, because they're smart.
Smart people can be good-looking, Terry.
Well, I'm afraid, no, we can't.
we can't.
I'm sorry, we just can't be.
Points.
We try.
You get points for that.
We try, but...
All right. You got a quick one?
Just one quick one.
All right.
Abandoned shopping carts are more than just eyesores. Roughly 3,000 shopping carts disappear in Salt Lake City each month. And they don't know exactly where they go. Well, I can tell them they're mostly in my front yard. So if you are missing shopping carts, whatever grocery store you are, a lot of times it's in my front yard, and I call you, and people come and pick it up.
All right.
So 3,000.
That's something. Weather, traffic.
Just sports, Carrie, because we're in the middle of jazz.
When is
frenzy.
So we're tied now.
Yeah.
Jazz fever.
It's 8:30 is the game tonight. Houston in town. I want to thank the Jazz Nation for sending me a gif of Ricky Rubio, which I've retweeted so we can all enjoy.
There's a nation?
It's a whole nation.
Radio from hell. Fair weather fans, as long as the Jazz are winning. Go Team X96.
Weather is
a passport. You need a passport.
Oh, okay. All right.
Weather's warm and getting warmer. Beautiful day today. 76 for a high. And let's see if traffic is also beautiful. We've had a fairly good morning so far. We've got a crash northbound US 89 at Crestwood Drive in Davis County. Cars are on the right shoulder. Disabled vehicles southbound 15 near Park Lane exit in Farmington. Cars are on the left shoulder there as well. Crash 1880 South Redwood Road. This is in Woods Cross, actually, in Davis County. Crash northbound I-215 at California Avenue. That's traffic. Happy Friday. Haster Games has the best selection of the latest board games, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, and more. It's a great place to stay and play. Remember, Haster has it, 6831 South State, and online at hastergames.com.
Here's boner candidate number 3. Well, they finally caught the pooperintendent. A New Jersey township was having a bit of a poop problem.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody repeatedly was taking a dump at the football field and track complex at Homedale High School. The police said it was happening on a daily basis.
Really?
Somebody was taking a crap at the football field.
Well, they're regular.
So a school, well, I'm wondering how they kind of figured out it was the same person, I guess, based on texture, appearance.
You're thinking about this way more than I am.
So a school cop and others began monitoring the area. Though the pooper eluded them for a while, on Monday, the cops finally caught the pooper. He is a superintendent from a different high school district. Thomas Tramaglini has been charged with lewdness and littering for his defecation.
Yeah, that's worse than littering.
A NewJersey.com. Well, he's lewdness
Okay.
and littering. He lives about 3 miles away from Homedale High, though it is unclear why he was at the school's athletic fields at 5:50 in the morning when he was arrested. The pooping Tom is on paid leave from his $150,000 a year job as superintendent and will be in court this coming Monday. He's gotten a lot of support from the readership of the Asbury Park Press, though. Of the more than 20 comments posted about the story on the Asbury Park Press Facebook page, comments mostly focused on the overwhelming power of nature. When you gotta go, you gotta go, one commenter said. Another questioned why seniors who pee in the woods of the golf course don't face the long arm of the law, too. But then there was a lot of joking about it as well. But who knows why he was doing this? They are not clear, but they finally caught the pooperintendent. Boner candidate number 3.
Let's review the first two and vote.
So there's boner candidate number 1. Racism in so many forms. A dispute over a trampoline in Colorado. And a neighbor saying, well, I'd give him back his damn trampoline if he acted like a white man. Boner candidate number, and then there are 3 other stories there. Just peruse them at your leisure. Boner candidate number 2 was, we voted him the most accident-prone. School yearbook. Kid's been in a wheelchair for a long time, and his fellow students, without telling him, he voted him the most accident-prone. Because he's in a wheelchair. And boner candidate number 3, they finally caught the pooperintendent.
All right. This is it. This is round 1 of your boner voting. It begins. You've got to decide of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. If it wins, here it gets a 50-50 chance. It'll go up against the winner of round 2. Round 2 at 8:20, boner fight at 9:20. So pick your contender for this round. 1, 2, or 3. Put the number of the candidate you think should win in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. You can call 877-602-9696. Use your voice to vote. Nick's taking votes in the producer's booth. Or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boner Voting May 4 and vote there. You've only got 300 seconds. Let's go. Round 1.
Stay tuned for a 1-hour nonstop music wingding right after Radio from Hell on X96. Radio from Hell with Carrie, Bill, and and Gina. 96.3 FM, X96.
I got caught in an embarrassing moment this morning.
Oh, good. I can't wait to hear.
Here at work. Already, I've been at work about an hour now, and already caught in an embarrassing moment.
Are you saving it?
No, I'll tell you right now. I came in the back door, as I always do. I kind of hope Chris is listening. I don't know Chris's last name.
Mancow.
Yeah, Chris Mancow.
Sure.
Yeah. So Chris is a board operator here in the building, and he tends to another radio station. He's a very nice guy, very quiet guy, very shy, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Probably if he's hearing this, is embarrassed to hell that I'm even mentioning him on the radio. He's a very shy guy. So I come in the building this morning, and I'm walking down the long corridor there, and there down at the end of the corridor is a copy machine, and on the copy machine is sitting a big. It's like a briefcase, suitcase kind of thing.
Okay.
It looks like a toolbox, but not metal. It's a cord,
Okay.
fabric kind of stuff. What do they call that? Cordova. No. Anyway. So it's a big case with buckles on it and everything. And it's sitting there it's just out of place. It's odd. I've never seen it sitting there before. It's sitting, what is that? I think to myself. So then
How curious were you?
I open it up and start rifling through it. Look at this. Look at this. And I mean, there was nothing particularly strange.
Wait a minute,
in there.
you saw someone's luggage lying around and you just opened it?
Well, yeah.
Didn't you learn anything from the announcements at the airport?
Or anything from the Dick Van Dyke Show.
God.
But I thought in my mind, maybe the reason I opened it is I thought, I wonder if because it looks like one of those things that the copy guy brings with his tools in it.
Okay.
To repair the copier. But I start going through it, and it's obviously somebody's briefcase. It's got some CDs in there, library books. There's an orange.
Yeah.
I went through it pretty extensive. No, I didn't.
Sounds like you cataloged all of the stuff in there.
This is all stuff that I could sort of see right there. And as I'm kind of going through it, Chris comes up the hall the other way and goes, "Hey, that's mine." And I went, "Oh,
I'm sorry."
I thought it was the copy guys.
Because if it was the copy guys, that would have been okay to go.
Well, it was my duty to investigate as a junior TSA trainee.
TSA, which really does mean to stand around. I'm just convinced of it.
No. So sorry, I apologize to Chris, and I'll apologize again. But just just standing there going through his stuff, and here comes the shyest guy in the building going, "Hey!"
X96.3 and X96.com. It's Radio from Hell with Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi on X96.
In a way, he did just kind of ruin those movies, didn't he? Just that midichlorian bull.
There are parts of the prequels that are really cool, but, you know.
They should just pretend they never happened. All right.
All right, let's award round one of your boner voting. Here we go.
And round one of the boner voting is brought to you by...
In part
by a big fat old sausage.
And Gracie's. Come watch the Jazz take the Rockets on in Game 3. Enjoy live music on the patio and stick around for a funky Friday dance party with DJ Godina after the game. Adults only.
So boner candidate number one, racism in so many forms. 4 stories about racism, about people being awful to other people.
Rampant racism.
And it's now getting to the point where I don't do boner candidates about Donald Trump, and I may stop doing them about racism.
Because there's so many and they always win.
Yeah, and I'll continue to talk about them in the news when they occur, but I think I'm considering not nominating them for boner candidates anymore. And then there was boner candidate number 2. We voted most accident prone because he's in a wheelchair. So it wasn't funny?
No.
And then boner candidate number 3, they finally caught the pooperintendent. Mystery high school football field pooper turns out to be a school superintendent from another district. Let's see here. Greg won the boner T-shirt.
Greg?
Greg. And the winner, boner candidate, it was actually good, solid voting for all 3 candidates.
Good.
But the winner, boner candidate number 1, racism in so many forms.
All right, there you go. As the winner of round 1, it will now face off against the winner of round 2's boner voting. Yes, 3 all-new candidates for round 2 at 8:20. And you'll pick a winner in that one. And we'll take both of the winners of the rounds, throw them into the Boner Dome. Boner fight happens at 9:20. That's when you decide boner of the day.
So I know we don't have a sounder for this.
What?
The bald meat chat.
I do have.
Oh, you do?
Ready?
Get those meatballs away from me.
There you go.
It's the way I feel.
Didn't know we
Where
had
did you get that?
I don't remember. I just remember we were at home, we were drunk, we were watching TV, and Sue said, "You've got to get that for when bald meat talk comes up."
Because that's I do not care for, nor will I eat meatballs of any kind.
I think it was Veep.
Get those meatballs away from me.
Yeah, that's Jonah from Veep.
So somebody else who feels the same way I do about meatballs.
Well, I've meatball news for you, Bill.
Meatball news.
I saw this. I think it had to do with cultural appropriation.
Sweden
Yes.
has admitted that Swedish meatballs, I mean, what's more Swedish than meatball? You go to IKEA.
The Nobel Prize.
Well, it's the Nobel Prize, and it's meatballs.
Then meatballs, yeah. You go to IKEA, which is a Swedish company.
Meatballs. That's what you get for lunch.
That's what I don't get for lunch because I don't like bald meat.
They are, in fact, Turkish.
I knew it!
Swedish meatballs are actually based on a recipe King Charles brought home from Turkey in the early 18th century. The official Twitter account for Sweden said on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
The official...
I knew there was some cultural stealing here.
Charles reigned as King of Sweden from 1697 to 1718, and he lived in Turkey from 1709 to 1714.
He's a carpetbagger.
He's like, I've been living in Turkey, and these are delicious.
Oh, as Turkey, it would be a magic carpetbagger.
Oh, that was good.
Hey, thank you.
It's not clear what motivated the country's unexpected fact check on meatballs, but the admission has fueled surprise and confusion.
Well, no kidding. What is IKEA going to do now?
Now, meatballs are traditionally served with lingonberries.
Yes.
Now that is Swedish.
Lingonberries?
Lingonberries are, yeah, sure.
They're not lingonberries in
I need
in
the
Turkey.
lingonberry jam, please.
Mm.
But
I don't know what to think.
But I don't know, is IKEA going to stop serving?
I think that, no, they'll just start calling them Turkish meatballs. They do. As a matter of fact, I think we should start a campaign. It is Dylan.
Change the name.
My mother always made Swedish meatballs for Christmas, and Dylan loved those. And he thought there was a big secret recipe. Well, don't you just go get those frozen meatballs?
Oh, he thought it was from ancient family passed down.
Not
from
really. And then I think she threw some ketchup and barbecue sauce in there and put them in a crock pot.
You eat them with a
toothpick. Yeah, and but they should call them Turkish meatballs. Let's just change the name.
Well,
start the campaign.
Now that we've gotten to the bottom of this one, I want to get to the bottom of Scotch eggs. So let's find out if the Scottish are
really Scott
really involved in that, or if it's just
Scotch egg
something.
Isn't an egg? Is it?
Yeah,
an egg?
yeah. There's
middle,
an egg in it.
it's
a.
You're gonna make me look this up.
It's an egg covered. Gina, I love Scotch eggs. I know what they are.
Mm-hmm.
They're eggs covered in a batter, and then you deep fry them. Hard boiled.
Well, there's more to it than that. Yeah. They're wrapped in some sort of thing besides just the egg. It's not just a deep fried egg.
They're real crunchy.
There is. But
crunchy, and there's an egg on the inside.
They're wrapped in something and then fried.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Huh. I thought it was just batter in an egg.
Oh, and then
we're going to talk about toad in a hole.
No, Scotch eggs are Indian.
They're
apparently.
Indian. The hell?
What?
Everything I know is wrong.
The London department store Fortnum Mason claims to have invented Scotch eggs in 1738, but upon further discovery, it's a dish that goes back to the British.
My wife just texted what the eggs are wrapped in. You're right, Carrie. You take a hard-boiled egg, with the shell off, obviously. You wrap it up in a sausage, ground sausage.
Yes.
Then you roll it in some, crusty stuff, and then you drop it in the fryer, and it's delicious.
But it's a dish from medieval India, Carrie.
Isn't that technically a balled meat?
No.
It's crusted.
No.
It's meat crusted.
It's oval. It's not a ball. It's an oval.
You're okay with
oval? Wait a minute.
Listen, I'll eat egg-shaped meat.
Come on now.
I will eat egg-shaped meat.
That's just.
And you eat loafed meat.
Loafed meat. And as a matter of fact, I have been known to, when there is nothing else to eat, I'll confess this, if there's nothing but meatballs, and that's happened on occasion, I take my hand and I smash them down.
You deconstruct
into a loaf shape.
And then you're okay.
And then I'm okay.
I am calling BS on it is balled meat.
No.
Egg shaped. It's just
it's
someone who did a bad version of it.
Carrie, you don't hear anybody saying, Get those Scotch eggs away from me.
Get those meatballs away from me.
Scotch eggs away from me. You don't hear that.
So I ruined Scotch eggs for you, Carrie.
Everything is ruined.
They're not English or Scotch.
Nope, they're Indian.
They're English.
Oh.
Bad crash, Redwood Road, 1880 South. This is near the Skypark Airport. Has Redwood Road closed. Traffic's being diverted, causing big delays, both northbound and southbound. Use Main Street as an alternate there. Disabled vehicle northbound I-215 at California Avenue. The right shoulder is blocked, not causing too much slowage in that area just yet. And looks like that is about it. Stop by your locally owned and operated Big O Tire store today. Save up to $150 off a set of 4 Big O brand tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
All right, we got your meh question of the week coming up after these. Stand by.
Oh, look. The entertainment report.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
This is the Gray Whale Entertainment Report.
I always like this.
Let me find the right paper. I've got so many over here. All right, here we go. It is Friday, the international release date for all music, and so that means that there's new music, movies, games, and records and more to pick up at a locally owned and operated Gray Whale location near you. Here's what we got. Music. Glitch Mob, their new one, See Without Eyes, out today. Shaky Graves, their new one, Can't Wake Up. Lake Street Dive. I think it's Drive. That might be a typo. Free Yourself Up. Yes. Leon Bridges' new one, Good Thing, is out. Matt and Kim have a new one out today. Almosy Every Day is what it says it is here. Parkway Drive, their new one, Reverence, is out today. And then we got some reissues, remasters, that kind of thing happening. We got Exile in Guyville, the famous album from Liz Phair.
Liz Phair, yeah.
25th anniversary. Remastered CD and LP if you'd like it on vinyl. And for Star Wars Day, Star Wars soundtracks, episodes 1 through 6, remastered by John Williams for CD. So you can get them all. Movies, Tremors, Cold Day in Hell is out.
How many Tremors movies were
There's
there?
quite a few. Mary and the Witch's Flower is out today. And the 10th anniversary re-release of Mamma Mia, Gina.
They're doing that up at Pioneer Theater.
Is that right? Go to graywhaleslc.com, their new website. They have real-time inventory searches, killer whale membership discount availability. You can use your store credit there for purchasing, and they constantly update you on sales, promotions, and events. Trade in your old stuff for new stuff. They want your old music, movies, games, books, and vinyl records. Get cash or store credit toward the purchase of something new to entertain you. Join the Killer Whale Club or receive a lifetime discount. Like them, follow them on the Instagrams and the Twitters and the Facebooks at Gray Whale SLC for more info. That is your Gray Whale Entertainment Report.
X96 is your home for non-stop music. We give
Radio from Hell on X96.
So anyway, we're up there, getting bags of food and turkeys. But when we first got there,
this is before we went on the air.
Now I didn't say this to her on the air, did I?
No. No, this was before we went on.
She introduced herself, and I forget her name. Hi, I'm so and so with the food bank, and we said hi, and she handed us a fact sheet. And it's just a few things there, and she said, and then she said, I don't even think we asked her to be on the radio.
Didn't.
She said, I don't want to go on the radio. And Carrie said, well, come on, we've got to want to talk to somebody from the food bank.
Yeah.
You're here. You're an expert.
I believe every year we have spoken with them.
Yeah, and I said, well, we need somebody from the food bank. We'd like somebody from the food bank to talk. And she said, well, what are you going to ask me? and it made me a little mad.
It did, because it's kind of a
and I said, well,
question.
I'm going to ask you, what the velocity of a V1 rocket is, and how to build a diesel truck, and what is the composition of quartzite.
Yeah.
I said,
I'm
going to ask you stuff that you can answer about the food bank.
The stuff that was on the sheet.
Easy stuff. She ran. She disappeared. And never came back.
Yeah.
And no one else from the food bank.
No.
She was the representative that morning.
And
you could have handled that a little better.
Yeah, I could have. And I think I did say, well, could you get us somebody who will talk? I think I said that. And that's when she said, well, what are you going to ask me?
I think he was just trying to point out to her that that was kind of a silly question. You're here to represent the food bank. Tell us about hungry people.
I was, but I kind of snapped at her.
But people that never been on the radio or put in that position, it makes them nervous just right off the bat.
Gina, I don't think, again, you really need, other than that seems to be your role, to apologize for this. I'm doing the apologizing. You don't need to.
Once again,
it's my turn to apologize.
Stepping all over Bill's thing.
Stop apologizing. I'm apologizing.
You're always there to ruin the punchline, and now you're ruining the apology.
And quit throwing your shoes at me.
Wait, there's another one.
So she really never said why she didn't want to be on the air, did she?
No, but she was scared. She was nervous.
She did the I don't want to be on the air.
Maybe she had a real job and was supposed to be at work and didn't want anybody to hear her.
No, but anyway, I feel bad about it. I'm sorry. I'd like to find out her name, and I'll send her an apology or.
Yeah, I wouldn't call her. You'll scare her.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to scare you, and I'm sorry. I was a little short, but it's first thing in the morning, and we're just getting it together, and you know how I am.
Yeah.
But she doesn't.
Again, you can't treat everybody like you treat me.
Oh, shut up. I can too. You call right now, and I'll tell you to shut up. I don't care who you are.
Gary, Bill, and Gina on X96 Radio from Hell.
FH Bill.
Don't you know who I am?
Radio from Hell on X96.
All right.
So it's the summer of a whole lot of bands. 324, something like that. You could win that. Round trip airfare, hotel to 3 huge music festivals. We have to do that. We'll do that separate. This is the 8 o'clock thing we have to do. Follow me.
All right.
So that's this now. How do you qualify? I'm going to give you a keyword. And you will text it to 33986. Why are you sighing?
Nothing.
It's a separate thing. It's fine.
I know.
It's just nobody thought.
A Perfect Circle, coming to Maverick Center, West Valley, Saturday, October 20th. Tickets are on sale now at all Smith Tix outlets and SmithTix.com. I'm going to give you this keyword. You'll text it to 33986 to try to qualify. Trapezoid, Trapezoid. Trapezoid. Text that to 33986.
All right.
So, before we do the question of the week, what do you got? What?
Just going to sponsor the best question.
Oh, just before we do that, I want to alert the producers booth. There's a misspelling in Boner Candidate number 3 coming up for round 2. So I put him in the tub, and now he stinks, not sinks. Okay, if you could go correct that.
All right.
Now he stinks.
Okay.
Best question of the week brought to you by Prohibition. Fridays are always a roaring good time at Prohibition. Live bands, burlesque dancers. Come see what everyone's whispering about. Prohibition, located at Fashion Place Mall in Murray, next to Nordstrom. Go to prohibitionutah.com.
So, who came up with this feature?
I did.
It's best question of the week. You should send them to us.
My
Radio
fault.
from Hell at x96.com. You could win prizes such as a Prohibition gift card.
Okay.
Now, I have 2 questions here. One we'll just do quickly. If you were hiding from zombies and had to sneeze, how long could you hold it? This is from Jeremy.
Well, I don't have to hold them.
You just let it go?
I can sneeze silently.
You can?
Yes, I can.
Don't your eyes pop out if you
It
try to
hurts,
do
but
that?
I can do it. I used to do it all the time because I thought sneezing was, I just thought it was gross. So when I was a kid, I'd always hold it in, just like that.
A satisfying good sneeze is a wonderful thing.
Yes, it is.
Well, I mean, if I have to, I can talk myself out of a sneeze.
You can.
Really?
Yeah. If I have to.
That's
And
a
I-
skill.
I would guess in that situation, that would be one of those where I would go, okay,
not going to sneeze.
tamp it down.
It made me think of the movie A Quiet Place.
How come?
Well, because she's trying to be quiet having a baby.
Do you sneeze when you're having a baby?
No, but I mean, like, if you think a sneeze is loud, having a baby is noisier than that. That's
Why? Oh, yeah, I guess.
And more painful.
Yeah.
Well,
than holding in a sneeze.
holding in a sneeze is pretty painful.
But here's the real question today.
Yeah,
This
okay.
is from
That is not the question.
No, this is from Kirk in Orem. Dear Lords and Lady, have you ever had a paranormal experience, like feeling the presence of a past loved one, or been tormented by a demon, attacked by a poltergeist, or just a strange experience where something went bump in the night? Do you even believe in ghosts?
No. Next question.
I don't, but I had a visitation, but I don't really believe in it.
How can you not believe in it if you had a visitation?
Because I had it once only that I can, I can't explain it, but I don't think it was a ghost. So quickly, what it was, I had a dream one time that the young brother of an old girlfriend of mine, it was very vivid too, came to my bedroom and stood by the side of my bed and said, "Hey, Bill, I just want you to know I'm okay. Don't worry about me. Everything's fine. I'm okay."
How old were you?
Well, I was, I don't know, in my late 20s, maybe.
Oh, so you weren't a little
Yeah.
kid.
No.
You were,
Yeah. So, no, it's my girlfriend's younger brother.
Okay.
And I'd been very close to him, and I thought about him fairly often, and I had been thinking I should go see him because I just liked him. He was a sweet kid. But he came in the dream and said, I'm okay. And so, I woke up and I went, wow, that was a weird dream. And then a day or two later, I mentioned it to a mutual friend, and she said, "Oh, you didn't hear?"
Oh, you didn't know?
Yeah, she said,
Oh.
you didn't hear Joey died.
That's
a couple of
weird.
days ago. What? Yeah, Joey died a couple of days ago.
So hang on, how can you not believe in a?
So I called I actually called my old girlfriend at that point and said, "You haven't heard from me in a long time." And I mean, I was married, but I just want you to know this is what happened. And he said he was okay.
A little bit think
no, I don't believe in ghosts.
So what do you think it was?
Don't know, but I don't believe in ghosts or spirits or paranormal stuff.
But
I have no explanation for it, but I don't believe in ghosts.
I have an explanation for it. It was a ghost.
No, it wasn't.
Well, that's a simple answer, isn't it?
It could be. You don't know.
No, I don't think.
You don't know everything.
I don't think there are spirits among us. So, okay, who else wants to answer?
Gina?
Well,
mine's depressing. You go first.
Well, mine. So I was.
I'll make jokes about it. Don't worry.
Okay.
I was driving the Columbia River Valley from where Oregon goes into Idaho, and my grandpa used to work for Union Pacific Railroad. And it was after I was going out to Oregon with my ex-wife for her bridals, and we were driving. And at that point in my life, there was a lot of like, am I doing the right thing? Go ahead and make your jokes there.
Well, you weren't, but
no.
Go ahead.
And so I just remember having this moment where I was overcome. My grandpa had been dead for a couple of years at that point, where I was just driving, and it was so much of my grandpa, because this train was coming by, that it was a feeling.
You felt his presence.
Yeah, it wasn't just like, oh, there's a train, because I see Union Pacific trains all the time.
Sure.
But it was a feeling that I audibly spoke out loud to him, saying like, hey, how are you? I really missed having you around. And it wasn't like, I didn't see a vision of him or anything like that, or hear a voice where he's like, I'm good.
So
it was.
You just had a strong feeling about your grandpa.
But why then in that moment, or
because
why
it was
then?
a train?
Well, you know what? You don't believe in ghosts.
I don't. No, I don't.
But
I think there are very simple explanations for that one. And the one that happened to me is not much of a good explanation for, but I still don't believe.
No. But a presence.
So, you've all heard the story about my fiance who passed away.
Right. Yes.
Before he died, we had this conversation.
If you believed in ghosts?
Well, not if you believed in ghosts, but, I mean, you've heard the story of how Houdini said, after I die, if I can come back.
If I can come back, yeah.
Yeah, I will. Every Halloween.
Did you say, please do me a favor?
No. But we had a serious conversation about it. And he said, if it is at all possible to let you know that I am somewhere, I will try to let you know in some way that I am somewhere. And I have never had any experience that made me feel like that happened. And I thought, no, I'm being serious.
Okay, sure.
I thought, because this was
You got time.
This was a very strong thing where he's like, we don't know what happens on the other side, and I want, if it is possible for me to let you know that I'm somewhere and I'm okay or whatever, I will.
All right.
And he is
now,
not.
I have yet to have any.
He has not pierced the veil.
No.
Maybe you need to go watch trains. Maybe it'll happen if you watch a train.
No.
Now Sue reminds me that we had weird things happen at the Mill Creek house that we lived in. We had a glass casserole dish on top of the electric stove that exploded when we weren't using the stove, and then a dining room light fixture exploded and fell. But that's because it was an old house, and the wiring was bad.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, there was I grew up in Salem, Utah, down there, Mount Loafer, at the foot of Mount Loafer. There was a guy who said, I can call the aliens down.
Really?
And I will call them down on this day at this time.
That's quite impressive.
Word got out throughout the town. I remember my brother said, hey, let's go up and see the spaceships. This guy's going to call them down. I went, no, I'm a sci-fi nerd. Sure, let's go. So we all go up to this field, this empty hayfield up at the foot of Mount Loafer, and we waited and waited, and the guy kept trying to call them down, and they weren't coming. Then people started getting pissed.
They really thought it was going to happen.
They really thought it was going to happen.
See, it's Mount Loafer. It's hard to rouse themselves.
And they started. He kind of slunked away and got in his car and drove away. And people,
was he ever heard from again?
I don't think so.
So no paranormal.
No, I have none.
None. Not even the dish on the microwave.
No, it was just bad wiring.
Okay.
No, electric stove, not microwave.
Oh, I thought it was the microwave.
No, no, that wouldn't have done anything.
Oh, yeah.
Those don't have anything to do with microwaves.
Well, they can't.
All right, there you go. Did they win a prize? It's all that
Prohibition gift
taken
card.
care of?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Crash northbound I-15 approaching Pleasant Grove. Exit. Multiple cars are on the right shoulder, slowing traffic into Orem. Bad crash, Redwood Road, 1880 South. This is near the Sky Park Airport. Redwood Road is closed. Traffic is being diverted, causing big delays northbound and southbound. Use Main Street as an alternate through there. And I think that's about it. Let me check one other place. That looks like that's it. You can text us stuff. Like a couple of people text me that one in Pleasant Grove. Thank you for that. 33986.
All right, we've got boners round 2 coming up. Here are the titles of those boners. Boner candidate number 1, a clear violation of policy. You think? Boner candidate number 2, well, they always said have it your way. And boner candidate number 3, I put him in the tub and now he stinks.
Now, before we go to break,
you want to do this?
We need to do the Han Solo movie ticket giveaway,
Okay.
because that's supposed to be at 8 o'clock as well.
Okay.
Jeez.
I'm going to give you a keyword. You will text it to 33986. This could get you tickets to a screening of Solo, a Star Wars story on May 21st in IMAX 3D. For more details on that, you can go to x96.com or become a movie club member. Here is your keyword for this hour. Droid, D-R-O-I-D, droid. Text that to 33986.
All right. So much going on. We also want you to know about Ran Life.
Yes.
Ran Life Mortgage. They're a local mortgage company. And right now, a $500 home warranty for each and every client buying an existing home.
Now, usually you get this with a new home.
Through the end of May, I should add.
Usually you get this with a new home. Ran Life is offering with all their home sales.
Yeah. Even if it's a second home or an investment property, you can get a warranty on that home from Ran Life. It's just something that they want to do special for their clients here in Salt Lake and in Utah in general. Call Ran Life today and ask about this and their other promotions like, they have the Civil Service Grant as a thank you for firefighters and police officers, first responders, teachers, people like that. It'll reduce your closing costs when you finance a home with Ran Life. That's a great deal too. Oh, yeah. They do fast loan closings. They're my mortgage company. They've been a leading mortgage lender here since 2001. Give them a call, 801-478-4500, or all this information and more at ranlife.com.
Hello and happy Friday. It's Corey O'Brien.
Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
Radio from hell. So now we like sports ball. Go Jazz. X96.
That's true. 8:20 right now.
I wish I found some better sounds no one's ever heard. I wish I had a better voice to sing some better words.
It's time for round 2 of your boner voting right now.
Okay.
3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You've got to decide of these 3 which one is the worst. Remember, boner means mistake. Which one of these is the worst of these 3? Which one should get a 50-50 chance of becoming boner of the day? If it wins here, it'll go up against the winner of round 1. We did that last hour. Boner fight happens at 9:20. That's when we throw the 2 winners into the ring. And you decide who is boner of the day at that time. So here we are with round 2. 2 candidates now, then a 3rd candidate after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive
tickets to see Bleachers. You know that song, Don't Take the Money.
It's a band.
Don't take the money.
It's a band called Bleachers.
You know that song?
Yeah.
Don't take the money.
It sounds
just
vaguely like
Let me find
You're
it
a lot
so
of
you have
thing, but a singer
singing
you
it,
ain't.
Carrie, you don't need
So
to
you
find
have a
it.
better idea of what we're talking about?
They're coming to the Union Event Center Tuesday, May 29th. You can get tickets at ticketfly.com. Yeah, you know this song. Don't take the money.
Stop now, okay?
Somebody broke me once. Love was a currency, a shimmering
Very nice.
Depeche Mode called.
Similar, yeah.
It's Jack Antonoff from Fun. You know Fun.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
This is his other side project.
That's nice.
This is really a nice little
and
song.
they're a good band. We've had them at a couple of our shows, and they always put on a great show.
Yeah. Right.
Even if you're only slightly familiar with their music, you'll enjoy the show.
And we'll give tickets to a random boner voter for that.
Here's boner candidate number 1. It's a clear violation of policy. You think? If you see the video, and I don't know if we're going to run it here at x96.com/live, a Miami police officer suspended with pay after Facebook video showed a surrendered auto theft suspect being kicked in the head. So they have him. You see in the video, he's down on the ground. They've said, get down on the ground.
Right.
He's done that.
And he's complied.
He's complied. Then one officer goes over and handcuffs him, puts his hands behind his back and handcuffs him. And then while he's still on the ground, another officer runs into the scene and kicks him in the head and drops down on top of him.
For no reason.
The police chief...
I don't think we have video. It looks like he's doing a wrestling move on him, like he's going to
right.
do a flying elbow on him.
That's right, where he just kicked him. He has just done kicking him, and now he drops down on him.
But he was down.
Yeah. Oh, he was down and handcuffed. Here, where I think we're going to show it now.
Yeah, see
Here
the
he
guys,
comes
he's
clutching.
complying.
Kick him. There he goes.
Oh, my hell.
Yeah. So the police chief says,
"Good Lord,
this video depicts a clear violation of policy."
Yeah.
You think? Boner candidate number 1. Boner candidate number 2, well, they always said, have it your way. An elderly man in Troy, New York, might I add, I'll characterize him as a grumpy old...
Oh, he looks like a grumpy old man.
Crotchety old jerk.
X96.com/live, you can see.
Has been charged with criminal mischief after he was caught pruning the trees at his local Burger King. Henry Krobach.
Even his name is cranky.
Old man Krobach was reportedly caught in the act on Sunday by a Burger King employee who came out of the store and said, why are you trimming the branches of the trees on our property? They're blocking my view of the deer that stand in the field back there.
What?
Old man Krobach likes to watch the deer in the field, and them trees are blocking my view. So I'm going to prune them down. Hey, listen, it's Burger King, ain't it? They always said have it your way. Boner candidate number 2. Coming up in a moment. He didn't really say that, you know. No. And then boner candidate number 3 coming up in a moment. I put him in the tub, and now he stinks.
All right. Boner candidate number 3 for round 2 coming up after this. Big boy news and Opinnuendo brought to you by...
When life feels like it's crashing down on you from above, Lifetime Roofing is here to offer you peace of mind. In that home of yours, you and your family have your own personal fortress of reassurance. Roofs at Lifetime Roofing are simply better than everyone else's, period.
Well, you know who Brad Wilk is? The drummer for Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, okay. Right.
And the drummer for several other bands, since Rage is not around anymore. He was Audio Slave and Prophets of Rage.
Oh, okay.
He likes to be in bands with the name Rage in the title, if possible.
Or bands that Tom Morello's in.
He said, I really would like nothing would make me happier than have Rage Against the Machine back together again.
I would enjoy that.
He says, he's a very articulate guy. He was on a podcast called Let There Be Talk, and he said, nothing would make me happier than to be able to S up right now with Rage Against the Machine.
Well,
it's a really articulate guy.
You're joking, Bill, but
now would be the time.
Well, no, I would. I'd like to see Rage Against the Machine be back.
You know who's more articulate
Tom
is Tom Morello, and he said the same thing. Like, it's kind of funny that we put this band together way back then, and it would be so relevant today, the kind of things.
Why don't they do it and FS up again?
Because Zach De La Rocca is crazy.
Oh, is that the problem?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So this story, he's a good drummer. Police say a 3-year-old girl survived with just minor injuries after falling 5 stories from a window. You know what saved her? Fresh mulch.
Now, we make fun of mulch. But as we can see here, it's clearly the hero now.
Big pile of fresh mulch. Landed right in the pile of fresh mulch. Saved her. 3-year-old girl, 5 stories, boom, fresh mulch. Fresh mulch, just waiting for its moment to shine. All right.
That's my sign off today. But
fresh mulch, just waiting for its moment to shine. There is a campaign here in Utah on the medical marijuana initiative. They're calling it an education campaign.
Yay!
So the medical marijuana initiative headed for November's ballot, causing a controversy that medical marijuana advocates say is misleading. Drug Safe Utah, an anti-initiative political issue committee, was created by the Utah Medical Association with the Eagle Forum.
You must all be Republicans.
They're hiring people to go out and knock on doors of the people who wrote their signatures on the petition.
Oh, really?
And they say they're doing it to give them the truth. A lot of people, and they want them to take their names off the petition.
Oh.
A lot of people we've talked to, they had no idea what they were signing, said Utah Medical Association CEO and Drug Safe Utah President Michelle McComber. She said many who signed that initiative didn't read the full 28 pages. And she indicated they might not know what it all entails. They might not agree with what it proposes. There's lots of things in there I think that people are not aware of. And if they were aware of it, they'd say, wait. McComber said their canvassers and volunteers are talking to those who signed the initiative to let them know that they can do something about it. They can have their names removed from the list. They aren't aware of certain things that are in that initiative.
Like
what?
Well, we've read it for you and interpreted it through our own filter, and we'll tell you that it's bad, okay?
UIMA and the Eagle Forum said they have opposed legislative measures, marijuana measures in the past. We're trying to make sure that people know that there's things in there, but they don't say what it is.
So what's the name of this group?
It's Drug Safe Utah.
Okay, so if the Drug Safe Utah people come to your door, be aware that they are backed by the Eagle Forum, Gail Ruzicka, and all those people, and just politely say, scoot off my doorstep.
David Cromar, who helped gather signatures in Washington County, said a canvasser showed up on his doorstep in St. George and told him that the Utah Medical Association felt that there were issues with the initiative and that people were tricked into signing their names. Mr. Cromar said the man told him signature gatherers like me were lying and deceiving the public and tricking them into signing. Cromar said, well, what specific lies were told to people to get them to sign? And the guy who came said,
he didn't have an answer, did he?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
They just told me that there were lies told.
All I had to hear was Eagle Forum, and I know.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't want anything to do with your organization.
So you've been smoking hop?
Not recently. Let's see what else is going on. Pamela Anderson says that Donald Trump paid her $500
What?
to come to his birthday party. The animal rights activist, that is Ms. Anderson, and Julian Assange supporter, has been popping up in the political sphere over the past few years, but just because she's best friends with Vladimir Putin doesn't mean she's pro-Trump. She's met him. She's done a bit of a hang with Putin.
Well, I know she's a Julian Assange person.
Yeah. In fact, Anderson says she voted for Jill Stein after Bernie Sanders was no longer in the race. But she reveals that she met Donald Trump and she wasn't impressed. I think it was his birthday, she said. I was hired to be there. We were all paid like $500 a day to hang with him. He was with his wife. I don't know which one, but it was nothing special. But he was nothing special. But there's a picture of Pamela Anderson, Donald Trump, and Melania all standing together.
Okay, so this is what year, 2005?
I think so, yeah.
So that's 2005 Pam Anderson.
Yeah.
Okay.
She could have got more than 500, right? Right?
For the 2005
For
Pam
2005 edition of Pam Anderson?
You
get more than $500.
Let me see.
Well, I don't know if we have I've got the picture right here.
I mean, that just shows she's a bad business person.
Yeah, you would think. Maybe it was $500 a day.
Well, even that's not enough.
Yeah. Oh, and
she's still okay there.
Anderson says that she hasn't talked to her ex-husband, Kid Rock, since their divorce 10 years ago.
Good.
And while on the subject of husband number 2, the actress says she isn't buying his whole pro-Trump Confederate flag-loving persona. When he was with me, he didn't hunt. He was I don't think he was very Republican, but now he is. Oh, well, she says.
Oh, no, he was born into some money, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
he's never been a blue-collar regular guy.
No, yeah, he's got, I think his father was in the auto industry.
There you go. X96.com/live.
Ew.
There's the picture.
I mean, both of them, ew.
Yeah. But she, more than $500.
Yeah. Well, maybe I don't know, maybe she needed the money. She says about Vladimir Putin, she says, I love the question. People think I'm going out with him. The author notes that when Anderson is asked about her relationship with Putin, she doesn't really give an answer. They became friends in 2015 after she wrote a letter to him asking that a shipping vessel carrying endangered fin whale meat be blocked from passing through Russian waters.
Dear Vlad.
And he said, well, why don't you come and, we'll chat with about it. And so there have been rumors that she's dating or has dated Vladimir Putin. And then let's see, finally this. An airport janitor in South Korea found $325 million worth of gold bars.
Wow.
In a garbage bin in the airport. He might get to keep it.
Really?
The 7 gold bars were found April 26 in a trash can at Incheon International Airport in Seoul. The bars, which were wrapped in newspaper, are believed to belong to a Korean man who has not come forward to claim them, police said. Investigators said that the gold bars are believed to have been ditched by 2 men who were transporting the bullion from Hong Kong to Japan. The men are believed to have abandoned the gold because they were worried about being searched by customs. Police said the owner must come forward to claim the gold, or else the $325 million worth of gold bullion will be the property of the janitor who found it under the country's. They have a finder's keeper's law in South Korea.
No matter how much? Really? Wow.
Good for him.
It says the janitor still would receive 5 to 20% of the gold's value if the owner comes forward. So he gets a finder's fee.
Wow.
Yeah, a reward.
Oh, there you go.
The worker will not be able to claim any of the gold or money, however, if it turns out to have been linked to criminal activity.
Well, obviously it is, right?
Well,
no, not obviously.
Maybe they're just dumb. Maybe they thought that this was some sort of, they had something else that was illegal, but not the gold.
Could be.
Could be.
Could be.
Right.
All right, sports weather traffic.
Carrie, how about this jazz?
Radio from Hell, jumping on the Jazz bandwagon since, well, Game 2 of the playoff series, X96.
And that was the last playoff. This is the next round.
That contested floater the other night, though, I'm still thinking about that.
Go team.
He put up, the cowhide globe really hit home.
Sure did.
Man.
8:30 tonight is that game. For the rest of the weekend, the Royals are home. They play the Spirit Saturday at 7, and Real Salt Lake is on the road in Orlando. That game is on Sunday. So you can space out your local sports ball fandom, and you don't have to pick. How about that?
That's good.
Weather, beautiful and getting beautifuler. 76 for a high today. Will be 82 tomorrow. Be mid-80s by early next week.
What was the horse I picked in the Kentucky Derby? Gumdrop Billy?
No, free
fall Billy?
Free drop. I'll find it again.
Dewdrop Billy.
Carries is my boy Jack. I remember.
That's right.
Traffic. Let's see. We've got Redwood Road is now open from that earlier crash, so that was causing some major slowage in that part of the valley, but it is reopened. Crash northbound I-15 at milepost 275 Pleasant Grove Boulevard. Crash southbound I-15 at Center Street off-ramp in Orem. Crash northbound I-215 California Avenue in Salt Lake. That's traffic. Del Taco Carnitas are back. For more information, go to deltaco.com. Get 2 Carnitas combo burritos for just $5. Authentic carnitas served fast. That's unfreshing, believable. Price and participation may vary.
Here's boner candidate number 3. I put him in the tub and now he stinks. I'd like to actually hear this audio. A man in Indiana told a 911 dispatcher that he had fatally shot a man and left him in his bathtub for a week, saying, "There's a dead guy in my house." Dwight Schatz, arrested Monday after he called 911 and confessed to killing Anthony Klein, who's been missing. His truck was found abandoned about a block from Mr. Schatz's house. "What's going on today?" a dispatcher asked Mr. Schatz. "Well, this is kind of a rough one," he said. "I don't know how I'm going to explain it.
You can't.
There's a dead guy in my house." Schatz then admitted that there'd been an altercation in the home. "You see, it's been a while back, and, well, I didn't know what to do. I panicked, and I put him in the tub, and now he's been in the tub for about a week, and now he stinks, and I don't know what to do."
I could deal with it for about a week, but now...
"Okay, well, what happened?" the dispatcher said. "Did you shoot him?" Yeah.
Yeah.
"That's what I did." He surrendered at his home to responding officers who found Mr. Klein's body in the tub. He later told police, I was going to buy $500 worth of oxycodone from him. But then, well, he sort of tried to cheat me, and then, well, I shot him.
You know, I had no other choice.
Yeah. Boner candidate number 3. I put him in the tub, and now he stinks.
Oh, I love that. All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, a clear violation of policy. You think? A police officer suspended after being after kicking a suspect in the head, a suspect who was clearly subdued, and the officer runs into the scene and kicks him in the head. Boner candidate number 2, well, I always said have it your way. Man arrested for trimming the trees, blocking his view at a Burger King. And boner candidate number 3, I put him in the tub, and now he stinks.
All right, this is round 2 of your boner voting. You've got to decide which one of these 3 is a contender. Which one of these 3 deserves to go to Boner Fight and get that 50-50 chance of becoming Boner of the Day? 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number. Put it in the message of a text. Text it to 33986. Pretty easy. Or you can call 877-602-9696. The producer's booth will take your votes via voice. Or you can go to x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting May 4 and vote there. You've only got 4 minutes to do it, so let's go. This is round 2 of your Boner Voting.
Keep the radio on. A 1-hour nonstop music wing.
Up Snuffy and Guffey. Let me just say this. What has happened, let me look at the camera. What has happened to Snuffy and Guffey is a tragedy, all right?
They're still on, aren't
it's
they?
It's a crime, what is happening.
You know when they recast Bo and Luke Duke on the Dukes of Hazzard?
Same thing. It's exactly that.
It's exactly that.
I actually heard one.
Recently?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, they're still using it. They're still using the jingle, and and it's like imitations of our voices that we did.
Yeah.
It's a crime.
You only would have heard it if you listened to the Cocteau Twins.
It's a crime. What is happening with Snuffy and Guffey?
Man.
All right.
Well, is it time to do the
news?
news?
You can't do that.
I was never clear which one I was.
You were?
You're Guffey.
Guffey.
Carrie, Bill, Snuffy, Guffey. It's easy to remember.
So I was Guffey?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
It just never mattered. That's why I was unclear, because it didn't matter. There were no, they didn't have any clear character traits. They were just 2 hillbillies.
All right. Big boy news, and it's a tragedy. I'm telling you, it's a crime. What is happening?
I guess they did have. So Guffey.
Yes.
Was the henpecked one, right? Wasn't I always the henpecked one in the commercials?
That was one of
Well,
his.
my wife says I can't.
Exactly.
I've got to go to Smith & Edwards and get myself a new belt. My pants keep falling off.
I'm looking to see. Oh.
What? You have
Do
some?
we run some Smith & Edwards
I was
on one of
wondering
our
if our
stations?
country station had that, but no.
No.
Well, they're just 17 seconds, so I doubt they have the characters on them.
There's always something going on at Smith & Edwards.
Oh, that's just Pete.
Well,
Pete would hate that I just said that.
That's just
Pete.
You outed him,
You outed the
Carrie.
character.
Yeah.
All right.
well,
Big boy news and Opinioendo now brought to you by
Smith & Edwards.
the Country Boy Store.
Why not?
They got everything you want if they can find it.
Send him a bill.
We ought to send them a bill, and they'll pay us in RV surplus.
That's right, Snuffy. I'm
telling you right now, you listen to those ads. It is a crime what is happening.
I'll see if I can get.
I done nuts there for a minute, didn't I? All right.
Edge! I'm telling you, Edge!
Oh, and on Twitter. Follow us at Radio from Hell.
That's only funny because it's stupid.
It's really stupid.
It's very funny.
Because it's stupid.
All right.
Kind of like our show.
Because I've been playing Star Wars
Yes.
drops all morning because the May the 4th.
Yeah,
And
kind of have to.
both Gina and Richie are lobbying me to play the Bill Murray singing the words to the theme
Yes.
from Star Wars. And I said to them, oh, it's too easy.
But that, you play.
That's
You're not
easy.
going to hear that anywhere else.
No.
Every other show is going to be playing Bill Murray singing Star Wars.
Yeah.
What about Chewbacca Kid? Are we going to get Chewbacca Kid?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Every time I do, though, again, it's the same problem. If I talk about Infinity War or fasting, if I play that song, I get nothing but direct messages and emails for days.
Where do I get it?
And where do I get it? So I stopped playing it. Anyway, sorry. Let's do round 2 of your boner voting.
And round 2 of the boner voting is brought to you in part by Grilled Peppers and Onions.
And when life feels like it's crashing down on you from above, Lifetime Roofing is here to offer you peace of mind in that home of yours. You and your family have your own personal fortress of reassurance. Roofs at Lifetime Roofing are simply better than everyone else's, period.
So boner candidate number 1 was a clear violation of policy. You think? An officer rushing into the scene and kicking a already subdued, very well subdued suspect, kicking him in the head. Boner candidate number 2, well, I always said have it your way. It's an old crotchety old curmudgeon named Crowbach, old man Crowbach, cutting down the trees at the Burger King because they're blocking my view of the deer over there in the field. And boner candidate number 3, I put him in the tub and now he stinks. It's a 911 caller who wasn't sure what to do with the dead guy in his bathtub, the guy that he had shot.
Guy he had just shot,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, a week earlier, yeah. Bleachers tickets go to Ben. And the winner, boner candidate number 3. I put him in the tub and now he stinks.
All right, there you go. That is your winner of round 2. It will face off against the winner of round 1's boner voting. They will both go to the Boner Dome for Boner Fight at 9:20. That is when you decide Boner of the Day. And then Boner of the Week shortly thereafterwards.
So I guess this seems to have become an obligatory part of our show.
It's the thing I get tweets about the most.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Anytime Oreo, it's become my thing. Anytime Oreo releases a new flavor,
Hi,
I get...
Dylan, by the way.
Hi.
Dylan Allred.
Good to see you, Gina.
Comrade Allred.
I get no relation. I get about 8 tweets. So we have 3 different new Oreo flavors here.
Can I do a blind test of them? Taste.
Sure, don't look.
I'm
Close
not
your
going to
eyes.
look. Just give me one of each, and I'm going to see if I can tell which flavor is which.
Well, the 3 flavors are cherry cola, pina colada Oreos, and kettle corn Oreos.
Okay.
So we'll start with this one.
Okay. I'm not looking, so
Gina, can you?
Oh.
You have nails and I don't.
Sweet Pea Jess is going to try these along with us.
Oh, good.
She
Okay,
has-
great.
She's gone out and purchased
Yeah,
them so
so
she can.
she's joining
and
in.
we always encourage our listeners to play along at home.
Of course. Now, what flavor is this one?
Well, I'm not
What's
going
wrong
to tell
with
you.
this one? What's wrong with this
What's
one?
wrong?
They're
Nothing's
thin.
wrong with it.
Oh, it's thin. Is that the way it's supposed
Yeah,
to be?
put it in your gob.
Put it in your gob. Oh, yeah, these are.
Okay. So this is the first one. Bill, can you guess what that flavor is?
Wait a minute. Let's see. That would be, what was the cherry?
Cherry cola,
Cherry
kettle corn,
cola.
pina colada.
That's pina colada.
Yes.
Oh, it
that's-
is. Yeah, there. Now I just got the coconut. Yeah.
That's pina colada.
Yeah.
These are now they're thins. What do they do? They taste like?
I like the
coconut?
texture.
What do we got?
Yeah.
There's a coconutty.
If you like pina colada.
Oh, I knew she was going to do that.
I don't care for pina coladas, but I love coconut.
Okay.
Yeah, I would just say these are coconut. I don't get the
Yeah.
the pina colada.
Well, there's
part of it.
at first there was a little
fancier.
Well, at first there was a little something. There was and then the coconut kicked in.
Well, there's some kind of green leaf on it. Okay. Here's number 2.
Well, that's pretty good.
Oh, mint maybe. That's what it was.
Getting caught in the rain.
There you go.
I'm going to clear my palate with a little bit of Mill Creek coffee. So I'm going to bite into this one.
I'm not much into
Which one's this one?
Okay. Well,
Oh, I know.
Bill, what do you think?
Let me just suck them. Taste it.
Oh, yeah. This is the kettle corn one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is kettle
Kettle
corn.
It smells funny too. Smell it.
I
Has a
kind
weird,
of
weird odor. That's pretty good, though.
It's kind of tasty.
Going back, the thinner cookie wafer, I actually like
You
better.
like the thins?
Yeah.
That was good.
They've got them in all different
But
kinds.
if you're gonna dunk it in milk, you gotta have the thicker one
Yeah, but
to
if you're,
handle
just
the
eating
milk.
if you're just eating an Oreo for eating an Oreo's sake, if there was just a regular Oreo thin,
Well, I always deconstruct my Oreos usually anyway, like this. I usually take it apart. So this would be the cherry. Is it cherry cola?
This is cherry cola.
Do you like cherry cola?
No.
No.
Again, it smells weird.
where they drink
Smell it.
champagne and it tastes just like cherry cola. COLA cola.
Hey, Lola.
Yes.
Smell it. It
It
smells.
smells
weird.
like cherry cola.
Smells like cherry
It smells
cola.
Well, it smells like chemical cherry.
Yeah.
Flavoring that's in lots
I
of
don't
stuff.
like this. It's too chemically. The
It's too, yeah.
That reminds
it's
me,
too much.
Carrie, we should play the Yoda song.
No.
Chewbacca or Yoda, Carrie?
Neither. I've
Okay.
got better ones coming up.
So now the most important part. So I'll remind you what the three flavors were again, and then I'd want each of you to rank them: 3, 2, and 1. Your worst, your 3 is worst, 1's your favorite. We have cherry cola, kettle corn, pina colada. Bill?
I would go pina colada, kettle corn, cherry cola.
Okay. Well, you did it 1, 2, 3 then. Cherry cola was your least favorite.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. I would second that. Although I didn't hate cherry cola.
No, I like the cherry cola better than I thought I would.
I don't care for it at all.
Okay.
I would go. I would go kettle corn, pina colada, cherry cola. But I like the cherry cola.
No,
is
but
okay.
it's leaving a weird taste in my mouth.
The cherry is
Cherry cola is now.
That'll be with you for a while.
Yep, it's going to be here
that's
for a
not
bit.
good.
Have some more Mill Creek.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not good to do that. All right.
Okay,
I
well
met
there we
him
go.
in a swamp down in Dago where bubbles all the time.
Let's play Lola.
Giant carbonated soda.
Let's play Lola.
yo, yo, yo.
No?
It's too much singing on
Too
today's show.
easy.
I met a woman named Lola at my remote last weekend, and she knew that song very well.
Well, of course she does. I would think it was weird if she didn't.
I know. And she knew the song. The first one that came to my mind was Whatever Lola Wants, Lola Gets.
Damn Yankees.
And she knew that one, too, from Damn Yankees.
If it's your name, you should know.
I think so.
I know the Michael Bolton song, Gina. And I know the
There's
Johnny Mathis song, Gina.
Oh, yeah, that's the one. There's a real old one. This is a great song.
Yeah.
Well, it's a great band.
One of my favorite Weird Al remakes, speaking of Star Wars Day. Do anybody want, I'm going to go put these out for the wolves. Anybody want any more? Gina, another kettle corn?
I can't get that
Yeah.
cherry cola out.
That chemical taste.
That's awful.
Can't understand.
Give me the pina colada thin. Maybe it'll take the chemical taste away, or maybe it'll make it worse. I don't know.
How he can lift me in the air.
Yeah, so I'm
just
trying to
by
get rid of the
raising his
cherry cola
hand.
taste now by eating the kettle corn, and it's my mouth is just chemically.
It's all just chemical
artificial
scent.
flavor.
Ugh, it's terrible.
Okay. Thank
He
you.
lifted a rock.
So everybody agreed, right, that the pina colada was the best of the 3 new Oreo flavors.
Yeah.
I got to go send an invoice to the Oreo Corporation for all this airtime.
I'd be Nabisco.
Nabisco?
There's not an Oreo Corporation.
Oh, I bet sure there is.
No, there.
It's under it. Whatever.
It'd be the Oreo division.
I'm not gonna argue with you about how Nabisco has set up its corporate structure, but
Well, it's the OEB, the Oreo Enforcement Bureau.
See,
you don't mess with them.
No.
Guy who looks like a Muppet, but he's wrinkled and green. Oh,
Please. Can we do something else so she stops? Because, songs that I like, you ruin. I don't mind if you do it on songs I don't care for. But if you do it on songs that I like, it ruins
You
them.
like Yoda by...
I've got
I do.
a ton of Star Wars stuff here that is much better.
Yeah. We'll leave this to Carrie. Well, how dare you? As a matter of fact, Gina, how dare you?
Yoda isn't my favorite Star Wars Weird Al song.
What's the other one?
I like by American. Drove my Chevy to the levee.
American
remake
Pie?
American
of,
Pie, it's Anakin guy. Yeah.
Anakin guy.
Yeah.
He's at Tuacon this weekend.
Who raised you?
Not you.
I don't know. I grew up. My mother.
God, no wonder you like Weird Al. Your mother.
I love Weird Al.
I love
You
Weird
don't have
Al.
Hamilton without Weird Al.
What?
Right?
What?
No, really. Because
Explain
Lin-Manuel
that.
Miranda says that when he heard what Weird Al did to songs. It made him start to understand how music worked and lyrics worked. And it was his foray into wanting to become a musician and learn to write music.
That doesn't mean he likes Weird Al.
Oh, it does. They did a whole. He loves Weird Al. He and Weird Al did a whole remix polka version of which one of the songs was?
No,
it?
it was several of the songs. It was a mashup of all the Hamilton songs in
set
polka.
to accordion and polka music.
Okay, well,
That's wrong.
how about an original funny Star Wars song?
Okay.
All right.
My backpacks got jets. Well, I'm Boba, the vet. Well, I bounty hunt for Jabba Hutt to finance my vet. Well, I chill in deep space. A mask is over my face. Well, I deliver the prize, but I still narrow my eyes, cause my time I don't like to waste. Get down. I bounty hunt for Jabba Hutt to finance my vet.
There you go.
You see?
MC Chris.
That's good.
There you go.
You see?
All right.
All right.
He knows what he's doing.
He knows
Leave
what
him
he
alone.
Speak. Yes. All right, so we'll take a break. We'll be back. We got Boner of the Day, Boner of the Week all coming up. And people have been asking about the Sugar Glider comic book. We got the creator of the Sugar Glider comic book coming in. She's going to tell you about her new comic book and the party that is being thrown next week.
Wonder what if they made a movie out of the Sugar Glider comic book? Would they show it at
Salt Lake Film
Film Society?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because it could be a small independent
Easily,
film.
yes.
Salt Lake Film Society, slfs.org. Dylan has done a lot of work for Salt Lake Film Society.
Yeah, I do a podcast for them once a month called Talking Film, slfs.org. You can get it. The Coen brothers. It's 20 years of Big Lebowski.
Mm-hmm.
And this month is all about the Coen brothers and all of their films.
Oh, cool.
So do you have a panel or something?
We have Dick Clark.
Okay.
And Isaac Halasima, who's a local,
filmmaker.
Extremely talented filmmaker.
Yeah, that's great. So the Salt Lake Film Society does stuff like that. They have workshops for screenwriters. They bring in special guests, and they show great independent movies and documentaries at the Broadway and the Tower Theater. So just check out everything they do at their website, slfs.org.
Hi, this is Todd Newcomb. Every Sunday morning at 9, join me as I take you back to the era of dial-up internet, Be Kind, Please rewind stickers on the movies you rented from Blockbuster, pagers, and 1-800-COLLECT. We even go a little deeper into the era of cubes.
It is our mission to embrace the ideal that our show shall always strive to belittle the stupid and to play an occasional song. We shall also strive to take all of your requests, but to never, under any circumstances, play those requests. It is our mission to offend as many people as we can in the shortest time possible. We shall always remember that no matter how pointless and stupid the things we say are, we shall present them in such a way that they will be lessons that will last a lifetime. We shall strive always to do nothing and to be mean. We shall strive mightily to always be the #1 morning show in Salt Lake, or, if not that, the #2 morning show, or at least somewhere in the top 15 or 20 morning shows. At least once a year, we shall go to someone's home, and we shall eat really good food, and we'll make you wish that you could be there to share it with us. And finally, it is our mission to always remind the listeners that we never lie, and we're always right. So let it be written, so let it be done.
I'm very excited about this.
You think we have it?
I think that if you take all those pieces and put them together,
One big, beautiful mission statement.
Yep. But of course, before we get to the mission statement, we have to answer one question.
I just want to know what the hell is a mission statement?
All right, and Tom poses a very valid question.
We still don't know, really.
Well, businesses, it seems like especially in the past 5 years, it's kind of trendy to have a mission statement. They go to these seminars, and the guys up there at the seminars tell them that unless they have a mission statement, you don't know what you're doing. Now, we found this. Julie and Tommy Frost explain the mission statement. If you're in a business, you should have a mission statement as a sort of compass, a tool to lead you in the right direction, a reminder of who you are and where you come from. It's not just for you, but your customers as well. So,
we've been just wandering aimlessly for good
we've been
15 years.
doing mornings for like 10, 15 years, and we've never really known what we're doing, apparently.
I think this defines it.
So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. You have submitted sentences in this, helped us write it. Here it is, the Radio from Hell mission statement.
It is our mission to embrace the ideal that our show shall always strive to belittle the stupid and to play an occasional song. We shall also strive to take all of your requests, but to never, under any circumstances, play those requests. It is our mission to offend as many people as we can in the shortest time possible. We shall always remember that no matter how pointless and stupid the things we say are, we shall present them in such a way that they will be lessons that will last a lifetime. We shall strive always to do nothing and to be mean. We shall strive mightily to always be the #1 morning show in Salt Lake, or, if not that, the #2 morning show, or at least somewhere in the top 15 or 20 morning shows. At least once a year, we shall go to someone's home, and we shall eat really good food, and we'll make you wish that you could be there to share it with us. And finally, it is our mission to always remind the listeners that we never lie, and we're always right. So let it be written, so let it be done.
It's kind of negative.
I don't know.
What do you mean?
What, shouldn't a mission statement be kind of, positive? And
I thought it sounded very positive.
Yeah, well, with that music and everything. Really
we're
powerful.
not really doing anything good. We're not helping humanity.
Oh, I left one out. Hit it. I
What?
left one out.
Okay.
And we'll try to find a cure for cancer.
All right.
How's that?
Oh, I feel better
Okay.
now.
Is that better?
Yeah.
There we go.
That make
All
you
right.
feel a little bit
Yeah,
better
I feel
now?
better.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
X96.
Because 6 years ago on this day, or maybe it was yesterday, I don't remember, but 6 years ago, we lost MCA from the Beastie Boys. There you go.
Quickly, we have a keyword to give you. We're doing this all day. It's tickets to see Solo, a Star Wars story, May 21st in IMAX 3D. You can get all of the details at x96.com. But with this keyword, you could win tickets to the screening. The keyword this hour is co-pilot, and it's all one word together, COPILOT, co-pilot. Text that to 33986.
All right, we got a few minutes here. We can talk to the Sugar Glider Comics folks who came all the way from the Uinta Basin.
Vernal. Now, we've been talking about this on the radio for a while, this Sugar Glider comic created by Shelby Webb. And how old are you, Shelby?
I'm 12.
Jeez. And her father is also here.
What did you create when you were 12?
Acne. And her dad is here, Jason, listed as the owner and co-writer on Sugar Gliders. And then Mom is here. What's Mom's name? Just so you can just yell it.
My name is Maggie.
Maggie's got a good, strong voice. So, Shelby, Sugar Glider, this comic that you came up with the idea. Tell us how that happened.
I experienced some bullying in 5th grade, and it was really hard, and I felt really alone. And during that entire time, I was also dealing with my dad's best friend's suicide, who I was really close to. He was like an uncle. So I was dealing with that at the same time, and it was just really hard. And this character, she's helping people who are experiencing the same thing I did.
And what's the character's name?
Her name's Jordan McKenzie. Her alias, her superhero alias, is Sugar Glider. Sugar Glider.
And where did you get the idea? Because Sugar Gliders are those little animals. They're kind of like
squirrels,
flying, kind of like
flying
squirrels,
monkeys, kind of things.
Yeah. And so where did that pop into your head that she would become a Sugar Glider?
Well, we wanted to name her Flying Squirrel at first, but there was some copyright with that. And so
I think Sugar Glider's more memorable than.
Oh yeah,
I like Sugar Glider a lot more than Flying Squirrel.
So you just kind of cast the net out for ideas, and there it came. And now this is a really professionally done comic. It's done.
Yeah, I was
going
to say here's a professional Marvel comic. Now compare them.
Yeah,
they're exactly.
Yeah, the paper stock
quality wise the same. Art. All of it.
Now, Dad, Jason Webb, you do a lot of the marketing and all of this stuff, and I can tell you've put a lot of thought into how to do this.
I do. I'm a comic book geek. I have been for a long time. I jumped in with Image when they first started. And that's when I wanted to style the comic after. I actually took the Image comics down.
You got to just talk right into the microphone.
Oh, sorry.
Point it more toward you is the problem.
There you go. So with that, the Image comics were kind of what I wanted to base everything off of. So I took that to the printers and said, I want this paper, I want this cover, that sort of thing.
And then you reached out to Ex-Ambassadors, the band. How did that happen? And how did you put them in the story, right?
Yeah. My dad's amazing. He got it was their manager, right? He tracked down their manager, said, "We're doing this really cool comic. We would like you to help Sugar Glider figure out what the antagonist's weakness is, kind of like the old Scooby-Doo cartoon comics."
Kind of dating Dad by saying the old Scooby-Doo.
And so you wanted to put, and I guess you had to ask their permission. Can we put you in the comic, first of all? And they were very receptive to it, right?
They were. It took a little bit of effort back and forth, and then actually on my birthday, they came back with an email that said we'd love to do it.
It was your birthday?
Yeah, it was on my birthday.
That's great.
The birthday present.
Yeah, it was the greatest birthday present.
So they liked the message that the comic.
Yeah, it was the message behind it. They liked the involvement that would be with it, with knowing that it would be just like a Scooby-Doo cartoon where they'd be able to interact with the superhero and actually help her to come to the conclusion.
So Sugar Glider, you're going to do a big launch party here at the club at 50 West. This is next Saturday?
I'm checking my calendar. Yes, it is Saturday from starting at 11.
10.
10. Starting at 10 and going to 2?
Yes,
is that right?
Okay. And what's planned for that?
Well, we're going to have a cosplay contest, and it's open for everyone. We'd like to see a couple of Sugar Gliders if we could, so hopefully we'll see that. Raffle, we're going to have some Beats headphones, Monster Heads is donating a few things. We've got comics are going to be involved, a bunch of stuff like that. And then we're going to have vendors there, kind of Comic-Con type vendors, different things there, as well as foundations that are dealing with stuff like this. Girls Rule is going to be a part of it. And of course, my printer Vid will be there too. So if you're looking to make your own comic book, they'll be there to tell you how to do that as well.
Now, Ex Ambassadors is in town tonight.
Yes,
are you meeting them in person?
We are meeting with them. They're actually going to be signing a couple of comics.
Good.
So we're doing that.
You can use those as prizes and stuff.
We're hopeful to do that.
Get them to sign about 100 of them if they will.
Right?
Yeah,
I'd love to.
Yeah. Where are the ex-ambassadors playing?
So they're at the Depot tonight, and that's an all-ages show. And I think part of the reason they made it an all-ages show is because they want kids like Shelby to be able to come.
So where can we go online to find the comic book
or
and more information and all that?
Glidercomics.com. Comics is spelled with an X, so GLIDERCOMIX.com.
You can also go to our Facebook page as well, and that's facebook.com/Sugar Glider Comic.
Okay. It's really a remarkable effort, and I know you've put a lot of thought and love and money into doing this, and so it would be really great if people came and supported this next Saturday at Club at 50 West, 50 West Broadway.
Yes.
Yeah, you'll be there.
I'll be there from 11 to 1, yes.
And there'll be all kinds of stuff going on. You got plans for issue number 2? We're
working on it right now.
Yeah. Cool.
I actually brought the notes.
We've got issue number 2 is about halfway done right now. Artists are in negotiations right now for their part of it.
And yes, this party will be all ages.
Yeah.
Yes,
absolutely. The one on Saturday.
The one on Saturday, yes.
If you're interested in comics, if you want to meet Shelby, if you want to check out, there'll be, you say Fan X stuff will be there.
Yeah, we're going to do some giveaways for tickets for them as well. And tickets for the event are actually on our website as well, Glider Comics with an X.
Glidercomics.com.
It's so fun to see local people do big
really
things.
Cool.
So
it's very
congratulations.
Cool.
We just really wish the best for you. You guys, it's the first time we've met you, but we could tell you are
you're a great family.
You're great people, and we love you and do well.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you guys. Have a good time tonight. All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back with Boner of the Day. Boner Fight happens in a few moments. Stand by for that. First, got to tell you about Sherry's Berries. Mother's Day is coming. Oh, if your mother supported you in any way, you should thank her in some way on Mother's Day, the 13th. And here's a small idea. This is just a start. Of course, I order these all the time. I don't wait for holidays. But Sherry's Berries wants you to know about their Mother's Day deal. This is the way you can get this deal. You can get Sherry's Berries starting at $19.99 plus shipping and handling, or you can double the berries for just $10 more. It's a great deal. These are fresh, juicy strawberries dipped in milk, dark and white chocolatey goodness, and then they're topped with rich chocolate chips, chopped nuts, and signature swizzles. They are delicious. They are juicy. They can get messy.
I have to eat them with a knife and fork.
I can warn you, it will dribble down your chin. So here it is. Now, it's more than just berries at Sherry's Berries. You can get cake pops and cheesecake bites and chocolate truffles and all that. But this is the deal they want to tell you about for Mom. Freshly dipped strawberries starting at $19.99 plus shipping and handling. You can double the berries for $10 more. Mother's Day is May 13th. Go to berries.com today. That's BERRIES.com. And then click on the microphone in the upper right-hand corner. Enter the code X96. That's how you get this deal. Berries.com, the code X96.
Listen to X96 this week at 8 a.m., 2 p.m., and 5 p.m.
X96.
All right, 9:21 right now. We do have Boner of the Day coming up in a moment, but first, a reasonable amount of news.
All right, then.
Brought to you by
Bad Apple. Smartphones are absolutely essential in today's world, but unfortunately they break when they do. Take it to Bad Apple. It says right here where all of us at ESPN 700 take our devices.
Oh, that's good.
Well,
no,
that's good to know.
I took my daughter's phone there a week ago, and they fixed a cracked screen.
I didn't know you worked for ESPN.
I don't, but go to Bad Apple Repair.
She doesn't yet.
Who's responsible for that?
Nick. That's Nick.
Is that Nick, or is that someone higher up?
Well, let's see. Just quickly, Missouri. The state of Missouri, which is the show me state.
Yes, and that's how you say it. It may have an I at the end, but that's an AH.
No, yeah, it's Missouri.
Missouri.
Missouri lawmakers are going to convene in an historic special session later this month to consider impeaching Republican Governor Eric Greitens because he's the guy that's involved in all of this nasty back and forth sex scandal with his former hairdresser, I think it was, or a woman who did his hair. Greitens, Republican, Army Special Forces, clean gene, a real no.
He's a Christian.
He's got problems, and he caused problems for this woman, and she's at this point going to have none of it. Really, she'll bring him down, and he deserves
lose his job over it.
Yeah, he deserves it. I don't know why he's managed to stay in office. He's
because he's refused to step down.
Yeah, he's recently elected. This is his first term. He's refused.
He's refused.
Yeah,
they're going to have to force him out.
Yeah, and I think they will. Let's see now. A really bad, awful video of a taxi driver in India. Again, I'm telling you these things so that you don't have to go look for them.
Thank you.
A taxi driver in India thought it would be a good idea to get out of his car and get a selfie with a bear. There's video of this. Another person was there taking video. The bear's having none of it, and the bear grabs him, throws him down, and kills him. And it was all captured on some video.
Really?
So, yeah, he was driving guests home from a wedding in an eastern province of India, Odisha. He spotted the bear by the roadside. You didn't know there were bears in India, did you, roaming around?
I was going to say that, but like a tiger,
you would think. Well, they got those, too.
I didn't know they had bears.
Yeah, they got bears, too.
Although Jungle Book, they got, okay, that's right.
There you go. That's right.
There's Baloo.
Yeah.
I got a bear in Jungle Book. I always thought that was odd, but yeah.
I got Baloo for you right here.
Yes.
Let's see. Mitt Romney's pretending that he's human. Threatening to shut down the government is probably not what Republicans in Washington were expecting from one of the leading establishment figures of their party over the last 2 decades. The 71-year-old former presidential nominee is vowing to do whatever it takes, Mitt Romney is, to end profligate federal spending. He says he will shut down the government if he.
You have the wrong story.
I do, and it's said that it was this right story. Hang on, I'll find it.
I couldn't send it to you because our email's down.
Oh damn! It must be somewhere in this story.
Here, let me find a link and can I pop it to you?
Why don't you
have
just
that
open it
now?
Why don't you just open it and read it? Can you do that?
It'll take me just a second.
In the meantime, I'll tell you this.
Here we go.
It's not in this story.
Mitt Romney has a message for his supporters, and that message is simply this. He's not actually a lizard person.
It is.
He's a very ordinary human who loves very ordinary human things, like meat.
Yes.
During a recent dinner organized by his Utah Senate campaign, Romney reportedly gave supporters a taste of the man, not the candidate, in this fascinating glimpse into his rich inner life. My favorite meat is hot dog, by the way. That is my favorite meat. My second favorite meat is hamburger. And everyone says, oh, don't you prefer steak? It's like, I know steaks are great, but I like hot dog best. I like hamburger best.
Because common man likes those most. Well, can only afford those. So I am common man. A common man would say a juicy steak. That's what the common man would say. But I'm trying to relate like a human.
Oh, I don't know, Kerry.
I am a human.
I think it's odd the way he says, I like hot dog.
Yeah, not hot dogs. I like hot dog meat.
I like hot dog
favorite meat.
Yeah. It's so good we chop it up and use it for other things.
I am a human being, just like you.
So let's see. Salt Lake City is going to get a new, what do they call them? A trendy new food hall.
An eating building?
It will have 8 to 10 eateries, including a beer and wine bar at the Gateway. Skinny Fats, a rapidly growing Las Vegas-based restaurant, will be the first of about 10 food vendors in a new food hall at the Gateway. The hall will open this fall, be located at the South End, and it will be, so they got the Dave & Buster's now, and this is, Skinny Fats calls a healthy, live happy menu of bowls, tacos, hamburgers, and sandwiches. And they have a number of locations in Las Vegas, but they're opening this whole complex of food, really, restaurants, essentially.
Do they have the hot dog?
They have,
The hot dog meat? I like hot dog meat.
Humans like the hot dog meat.
They have hot dog meat and hamburger meat. That's my favorite meat.
I like the hamburger meat. Hamburger meat. Hamburger meat.
It was in that. It was in that story, but it was like buried way down in there.
Hamburger meat.
It's odd to me that he just all of a sudden, in this big, long, intellectual, trending interview, then said, by the way, it's like there was a glitch in the program, All right, that's it.
It's Boner Fight, the final round.
Here's the winners. Rounds 1 and round 2 going up against each other in a slugfest. I'm telling you, boner candidate number 1 is a wrecking machine. That's what it is, Rock. Racism in so many forms. There were like 4 stories today about how people had been called awful names, racial slurs. One story about a Muslim student at a high school pushed down the stairs because it was Punish a Muslim Day. So anyway, 4 stories, awful racism, boner candidate number 1. Going up against boner candidate number 2, kind of a different, way different from racism.
Yeah.
It's just stupid violence.
Yeah.
I put him in the tub and now he stinks. Say a 911 caller who had called and said, listen, I shot this guy a week ago. I didn't know what to do with him, so I put him in my tub. And now he's starting to stink. Could you come and get him? That's the winner from round 2, and it's going to go against racism in so many forms.
All right, there you go. You've got to decide which one of these 2 candidates is the worst and therefore most qualified to be Boner of the Day. 1 or 2. Remember your candidate number. Put that number in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. You can call, use your voice to vote, 877-602-9696. Or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boner Fight May 4 and vote there. Only got 4.5 minutes to do it, though. Let's go. This is Boner of the Day.
Want music? Listen at 10 for a 1-hour non-stop music wingding. Gina on X96.
I don't use the term jackhole enough. I'm going to have to start.
Bring it back.
Yeah.
Bring it back. Before we award your boner, got to remind you about Pro Flowers. Mother's Day is fast approaching.
It's not this coming Sunday. It's next Sunday.
But, yeah, look at your calendar. It's close. Now, if you just take a few moments right now, you can get this handled in nothing flat.
Okay.
All you have to do is go to proflowers.com. They got everything you need to get your Mother's Day shopping done for all the moms you know. You can choose the delivery date you want. It's guaranteed. You can get your gift delivered on Mother's Day if you'd like, May 13th. But here is the terrific deal, and I have this, it's in my kitchen right now, and I love it. 100 colorful blooms with a free glass vase for just $19.99 plus shipping and handling. All you have to do is go to proflowers.com and use the promo code X96 in that little microphone up in the right-hand corner. So, Mother's Day, fast approaching. The way to get this deal, 100 colorful blooms with a free glass vase for just $19.99, is to visit proflowers.com. You'll see a picture of them right there. Click on the blue microphone in the upper right-hand corner. Use our code X96. It'll take you to the place on the website where you can get this deal. Proflowers.com. The code is X96.
You know, I saw that glass vase, a picture of it. It's pretty nice. It might even be a vase.
It might, you think?
I think it might be a vase.
I will check and see if it's okay to say vase. Yeah, I'm sure they have an opinion.
All right. I'm kind of goofy today.
You are a little
loopy. I didn't sleep well. We got your winner here of the boner fight. We had the winner of round 1 going against the winner of round 2. Number 1, racism in so many forms. Boy, there were like 4 really bad stories today of racist actions taken. Something I've never quite understood.
No,
racism.
not at all.
Yeah. And then number 2, I put him in the tub and now he stinks. A thoughtless, stupid action, a murder. Guy shoots another guy and doesn't know what to do, so he puts him in the tub, and then he calls 911 a week later and says, "Listen, this guy I shot, he's starting to stink. What do I want to do with this? You come and get him." Let's see. Somebody named Sean won tickets to see
David Cross. He's coming Wednesday, August 22nd to Kingsbury Hall. Tickets go on sale this Friday, May 4th at kingsburyhall.utah.edu. X96 listeners can use the promo code CROSS to purchase tickets in advance.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
All
right.
And let's see. The winner, boner candidate, by only 2 votes, 3 votes. Boner candidate number 1, racism in so many forms.
That is your winner of Boner of the Day for May 4th. It is now qualified to be Boner of the Week. That'll happen in just a little bit. Dave the Flower Guy, he will decide.
Now, I don't know what to do now.
Yeah, me neither.
What do you mean?
Well, our good friend Allison Sabo is here.
She brought meat.
Hi, guys.
She's got a bag of meat with
I've
her.
got a bag of meat.
She's got a bag of meat, but literally in like 2 minutes, my husband is picking me up and we're going to the airport.
Oh, dude.
So will you?
There's a refrigerator here.
There is.
But
we'll take the meat. I'll take the meat home and cook it.
They were cut this morning.
Cut this morning?
I need something for dinner tonight.
Richie, do you want to?
No, hey! I said I need something for dinner tonight.
There's like 5 steaks there.
How many people are in my family?
Your family?
4.
There are 4.
Okay.
And Gina, they are your steaks. Don't listen to these guys.
I haven't said a thing.
They are for. Don't listen to him.
I haven't said a thing.
These are for you
Thank
to
you,
do with what you
Allison.
will with them. And I went to the liquor store yesterday.
You don't go to the liquor store.
I know lots about the liquor store, but I don't know a lot about wine. And so there were a couple of ladies there, kind of
They'll help
slightly
you.
older than me. And I said, I know nothing about wine.
So what did you get?
I got you an Old Vine Zinfandel.
Ooh, nice.
Predator 2015.
Predator.
I don't know if that. I said I'm giving it as a gift with some steaks, and they go. You want this, and I look at them and go, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Predator.
If it's Old Vine Zinfandel, then you are set. Oh, that's sweet.
I had no idea what wine to get you.
Hey, where does your dad cut meat?
At a grocery store called Lucky in it's on Redwood Road and about 7th North.
And he's been doing that for a long time. Huh?
Yeah, he actually runs the meat department there, but whenever I say, Dad, I need some stuff, he cuts it for me.
Oh, man.
There you go.
They're 4 New York steaks there.
I love a New York. I like a firm cut.
You do.
I know you prefer a ribeye.
I'm a ribeye.
A ribeye? I don't know what
Bone
to do
in.
with a ribeye. I like when I cut a piece that's a piece. It's not a
bone in.
Bone in. Although I've come to appreciate some of the virtues of the boneless ribeye. But how about that tomahawk steak? You ever do that?
Yeah,
that's huge. Isn't
I know.
it?
Yeah.
Hard to do though.
It is hard.
Yeah.
Listen.
So what we should probably say. So Allison played Beat Gina yesterday,
Yes. And she's paying up.
I'm making good.
And
she lost badly.
Well, but you what tickets? Oh, you got David.
I got
Cross
the David Cross tickets. Yeah.
Oh, good.
And I already found someone to go with. So
fun.
Good.
It's like at the end of
Win-win.
the summer. So.
Oh, Bill, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrapping, and it is balled meat. I'm sorry.
No, it's not.
Can't have any of
No,
that.
it's not. It's those are strip steaks. You can't fool me.
You may look that way, but
you can't fool me.
But no, people ask me, do people really bring the prizes you win on Beat?
Most of the time.
Most of the time they do.
There are a couple of deadbeats, a couple of jackholes who haven't. But
Gina, even if I had won, I probably would have brought you this anyway.
Don't tell people that.
I'm going to start going to Lucky's.
Please do.
Yeah.
All right.
Meet at Lucky's.
We'll do Boner. Thank you, Alice.
You're very welcome.
Thank you
We'll
very
do
much.
Boner of the Week coming up after these. Stand by. First, got to tell you about Fan X happening. Salt Lake Comic Convention Fan X 2018, September 6th through the 8th at the Salt Palace. If you go to fanxsaltlake.com and use the promo code Star Wars at checkout, you're going to save 10% off your tickets today. Because, well, May the 4th be with you.
It's a holiday.
Until the 4th, all day today until midnight, when you purchase admission to FanX Salt Lake Comic Convention, I have to say convention, 2018, not only do you get the 10% off, but 50% of the ticket sales for this day will be donated to local charities.
So a couple of reasons to buy today.
A couple of really good reasons. Make-A-Wish, Leukemia Society, NKUT, and more. And we also want to thank Utah Star Wars costume groups for so much, all that they do for the community. They work year-round to support local charities and brighten the lives of those in need. So because it is Star Wars Day today, remember, go to fanxsaltlake.com, use the promo code Star Wars at checkout. You'll save 10% off your tickets, and 50% of the ticket sales for this day will be donated to local charities. May the 4th be with you.
This is very important.
X96 is your home for non-stop music. X96.
All right, so 9:47. Should we just dive into Boner of the Week?
I guess we could. Oh, I have one quick little story to tell you.
Yeah, okay.
Just quick. I was listening to this New York radio station a couple of mornings ago, and they were talking to a fashion designer, a men's fashion designer, somebody, I guess, who's fairly well known in New York.
Okay.
Does men's clothing. And I don't know, it wasn't an interesting interview. I don't know why they were talking to him. But at one point, I heard the guy say this. They said to him, well, we know you've had some troubles. You've been through a lot of bad stuff, but it looks like you've rebounded and you're doing okay now. And he said, yeah, I did. I have some problems. You know, there were some money problems there with the business, but I've really come back. And it's just like, it's really like, it's like Kelly Clarkson said, what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. It's like what Kelly Clarkson said, what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. You know what I mean, guys?
I think that was a saying before Kelly Clarkson.
So he heard Kelly Clarkson say that in some interview or something, and he thinks she made that up. I don't know. I think it was Nietzsche who first.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, so let me interject. Kelly Clarkson's most famous song
Does she say that?
"What doesn't kill me makes me stronger."
I didn't know that.
But
okay,
she
certainly didn't write it, but that at least gives it some more attribution to be like, as Kelly Clarkson said, because it's probably a little more tongue in cheek, like Michael Jackson says, "Beat it."
No, he wasn't that. He was serious.
He was being serious.
It's like Kelly Clarkson says, what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. He thought it was something that she made up. She did not.
Let me see if I can find that song.
I think it's who said.
What's it called again?
I don't know about the song title. Hang on, let me think.
I think it's great. Kelly Clarkson songs.
Here's one that's called "I Do Not Hook Up." Is that it?
That's not it. Stronger, I think, maybe.
It's just called Stronger.
All right, let me look.
Oh, here it is. Kelly Clarkson, Stronger.
Yep.
Called Stronger?
Yeah. And I'm sure we play it on one of the stations here.
I'm not seeing it. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's see what this song. You got all Mix 105.1 to be playing Kelly Clarkson today.
You know the bed feels warmer, sleeping here alone.
It takes a second.
You know I dream
And it was the philosopher Nietzsche who originally said, what doesn't kill me makes me stronger.
See, he would have sounded a lot smarter if he'd have said, I believe it was Nietzsche who said.
Yeah.
But
like Kelly,
when you do that.
Like Kelly Clarkson said, no, it doesn't.
It's being relatable to the kids.
No, he thought it was original to her. This is a pretty good song.
Doesn't kill you, makes you stronger.
Huge hit for her, probably one of the biggest, if not biggest.
I don't listen to her music, but whenever I hear little bits of it like this, she's a really good singer.
This is my fight song. It is my right song.
They're all kind of like that, aren't they? Yeah. They're anthemic.
Yes, they are.
It's an anthem.
Yes.
Rally.
I don't even know if anthemic is a word, but I just made it up.
It would have been more impressive if you would have said Nietzsche said
anthemic.
As
Nietzsche said, it's an anthemic song. I know I sound pretentious sometimes, and I don't mean to, because I don't do it on purpose.
Well, it's just because you're smarter than everyone else.
Well,
it's not easy.
It is. I'm ugly, but I am I'm smarter than everybody else.
It was basically a coping mechanism. Well, maybe they'll beat the crap out of me or make fun of me, but I know deep down I'm smarter than they are.
No, it's funny. Sometimes words come out of my mouth that I don't think about them ahead of time, and I'll say it, and then I'll go, God, I didn't have to use that word.
No.
That's and I've had some people we work with that sometimes say, what?
Yeah.
What? Talk like a person. I'm sorry.
I used to do the thing where once I was done being on the air, when I used to tell stories and you'd say something like that, I'd go in the other room and quickly Google it so I could be like, oh, yeah, okay. At least context, I knew what he was talking about.
Yeah.
I don't listen to a lot of radio.
And what exactly is a failed radio personality going to do?
I'm about to find out.
Yeah, well, good luck in radio.
All right. Let's do Boner of the Week.
All right. Why did I just put a piece of gum
I have
in
no
my
idea
mouth?
why you did that.
That was really stupid.
Yeah.
Because I still have that Oreo cherry. Yeah. It's still in my mouth.
Oh, God, that was chemically.
All right, here we go. Dave the Flower Guy is here. Dave, how are you?
Fine.
Dave, do you chew gum?
No.
Oh, not at all?
No.
Would you like to?
No.
I got plenty of gum.
No.
If you want gum, I got gum.
No.
Oh, okay. I'm not trying to push it on you. I'm just,
Gum pusher.
All right. Here we go. Boner of the week. Dave the Flower Guy is here. We don't trust ourselves to pick it, so he's going to. The winner of Monday's boner voting. God, people could be so mean. Oh, it was all the Special Olympics medals that were stolen in Pennsylvania. Poor kids. They're at the Special Olympics event in Beaver County, Pennsylvania. They didn't have any medals to give them because some jerk stole them. Some jackhole stole them. Boner from winner from Tuesday. Hey, libtards, this is why we need the wall. Well, this was just awful. Some Native Americans flipping off the monument at Mount Rushmore. Now, regardless of what you think of that, the Native Americans' point is that used to be a sacred mountain to their people back before the white man came to America. It was a sacred mountain. And they had natural resources there that they used, and they prayed to that. I don't know what it was called before. It was called Mount Rushmore, but they're flipping it off in a picture. And some right-wing pundit said, "Why don't you people go back to your own country?" No, this is their country. They were here before us. Boner candidate number 3 from Wednesday. We'll tell the cops he has a gun. An elementary school principal in Houston being criticized after she reportedly joked about telling police that a black special needs student had brought a gun to school. He runs away from school all the time, and they're tired of trying to catch him. So I said, well, I'll bet, we don't have to. We'll just tell the police he has a gun next time he does it. Boner candidate number 4 from Thursday. All right. You can cover up with your school sweatshirt. A charter school system in Illinois allowing girls to break the dress code and tie their school sweatshirts around their waists to hide any staining of menstrual blood. Now, why would this happen, it leaking through their clothes? Because they have a very strict policy about going to the bathroom. You can't just, you have to have an escort to go to the bathroom. And
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's really weird. And boner candidate number 5 from today, racism in so many forms. I think enough said about that. All right, Dave, which one did you think was the worst?
Number 3.
Number 3.
We'll tell the cops he has a gun.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, that.
I got a GoFundMe up.
You what?
A friend of mine put a GoFundMe account up.
A GoFundMe account for you?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, where do people go to do that?
It's Dave the Flower Guy.
Dave the Flower Guy.
Just Dave the Flower
GoFundMe.
Guy. GoFundMe.
Okay.
And that's to get you a new tractor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
If you want to help Dave get a tractor, just go to GoFundMe and look for Dave the Flower Guy.
It's a capital D. Capital D.
A capital D for Dave.
Yeah.
Well, of course.
Of course. It's your proper name, for God's sake.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do a promo and get out of here.
How can we do a promo if Gina isn't here?
I know. She starts and finishes it.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah. We hope you're enjoying your weekend.
On Monday's Radio from Hell show at 6:45, it's Amy Donaldson talking sports. At 8 a.m., Bill Frost talks TV. And at 8:45, I will lead you through geek news on the radio.
And then also at 8 a.m., we'll give you 3-day passes to the Bonanza Campout.
That's all on Monday's Radio from Hell show on X96.
Just sit back and let gentle morning infotainment fill your head.
There you go.
I'm not sure if that was 3-day passes or 3-day passes.
Well, we'll find out on Monday.
I guess we will. Yeah, could be either.
3 seems like an odd group if it's 3 tickets.
It's probably 3-day passes, right? Passes that are for all 3 days
For all
of
3
the
days.
Bonanza Campout. Maybe we could have put it that way, whoever wrote the promo.
All right. Is that good enough? I think
For
we're
me?
good.
Yeah.
All right. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am? Oh, and I forgot what she was going to use for her.
Yeah.
So I know. Oh, well.
I don't like things.
Bye, Gina.
Is that good?
Yeah.
John Smith is next.
A